On today's episode of Let's Talk FGO, it's time to talk to you about glasses.
Ooh, MEGANE.
That's right. Check under your seats for your complimentary 3D glasses now. Not really. But hello. Welcome to Let's Talk FGO. I am one of your hosts, Rowdy Roddy Omega, and with me as always, he lives, Lucky.
Hey, everybody. I hope you're all enjoying Fate Grand Order, a.k.a. hooking up with an old flame, maybe. And while we here at City Omega like to bring you the latest in FGO-related news and memes, we will be talking about current and future memes, events, wow me, for both the JP and Aeaean version of the game, so anyone not wanting spoilers should make sure to catch up on the current story.
That's right. Lucky is going to predict future memes.
Yes.
The memes of the future. Memes, DNA of the soul. To Faff, because I absolutely want this episode to be long. Oh my god, guys, you don't even understand. Last week's episode got like 600 views in a week.
Oof.
Please.
Oof.
I want to die. Please go watch that episode again. Just, even if you already watched it, watch it again, just to give me the peace of mind, please. But I have absolutely zero fear about faffing. But it's been very funny to see Hideo Kojima reacting to the fact that the opening scene of Metal Gear Solid 5 became a meme recently in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was kind of surprised, but he got it, and he started talking about, like, the setup. That's always fun. That man knows what's up. He
knows guy. What's up.
I should order his book sometime.
Actually, I should too, now that I think about it.
I believe it's called The Creative Gene by Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
You should check it out. It'll go on my shelf along with my other books. But no, this is Let's Talk FGO. We're not here to talk to you about Hideo Kojima memes, unless we are.
I mean,
Sometimes
we kind of are. You want this game, you want this to be long.
I do. Well, luckily, we did get a few people from the community to help us out. We have a fairly full mailbag for later. And Nissan was there to bail our butts out as well, giving us a big, healthy stream full of news to talk about.
Honkin'.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. We have a new event, obviously, which, while a little light on the story, does have some things to talk about. So we've got a plethora of things to dive into. Before we dive into those things, I would like to remind you that we are brought to you by our patrons like Adam Harpog, Comics, Akazima, Critic 10, Lexo G, Carlos Dragon, Ferris, Jeremy Vasquez, Jonathan Sandoval, Legendary Boss Hunter, Liam Kessler, Regent Raptor, Rogue Robin, Charvor, Sean Pryor, some guy named Bob, Siren 23, and Baron the Crow. If you like what we do and want to see us do more, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can get access to episodes early and lots of other goodies, and it really helps us out. Thank you for your support, everybody.
Thank you.
And of course, some of those shouted out patrons and more are hanging out with us live right now, one of the many benefits.
You the best.
Yeah. Also, they are responsible for even more content as the Peanut Gallery chuckles to us. But let's see. Well, our pro tip for this week is unfortunately pretty light, so we can very quickly scoot along and check out with everybody's favorite kohai, Mesh.
Senpai, 起きてください.
That's right, everybody. It is time for Wake the Fuck Up Senpai Regular Segment for pro tips. I can say that because we're like 3 minutes into the raw recording.
Yay.
No amount of compression will fuck that up for us.
Sick.
Unfortunately, I only have a simple one this week. I would like to remind you what our monthly items are. I did write this down wrong. I said it was February. No, me. It's March.
I was actually
I'll
wondering
fix it
about that, but I forgot about it.
We forgot about many things. Well, I'll bring that back up in a second. We might even technically put that as not all the world's evil, but there was some... Lucky had to fight some things to make today's thumbnail. We may or may not discuss that with the people. But March's items for your login in FGONA, our primary server for us personally who make the show. The items are ice, shells, and fluid. I'm actually pretty decent on all of those. I think I'm taking the ice right now.
I'm going with shells. And these monthly things, I always go with the one that I have the least of.
I might also be lowest on shells. I have to double check. I'll check tonight. But one of these I'm at like only like barely over 100 of, and I think I have like 200 something fluid right now. I'm sure that'll all vanish once I pick a servant to level, but for now.
Looks like our patron chat is saying most of all of them are going down with shells.
That's true. Summer servants always need shells, no matter what year it is. Yeah, people are hype about shells.
Ooh, ooh.
But okay. Well, this week we do actually have some records from the throne and some other stuff. Mine's a two-parter, so Lucky, why don't you go first?
All right, so I'll start off. So I decided that I like Odysseus. I'm not infatuated with him, Baka, but I like him. Like I said, this is one of those things about the fucking event that always gets me. Actually, once I started hearing him talk, I'm like, oh god, I love this voice. And I saw his animation, and I was just like, ooh! I decided.
And then you do his NP, and you just hear colors in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very glad I managed to cut that, by the way, to work in Wanted. If you haven't watched Wanted, please check it out. I did one of my special song intros, and it actually stayed up this time. It did not fall
Sick.
into the YouTube swamp.
But, so, I did 40 rolls. I did not spend money on Odysseus, but I spent everything I had, which was 40 rolls. I did not get Odysseus. But, in a interesting happenstance, I did get all, 8?
Yeah, 8 or 9. There's a lot.
I got all 8, CBC CE, so I was all, sick. And because we're doing the CBC thing, we have, the stories in there, and I was all, sick. Because I also got my NP5 Bedivere, and I also got me another copy of Columbo and Giles. Did not get any more Snake Men, though. I was slightly disappointed about that, but...
Alright, well, so you gave it the old college try.
Yeah.
Alright, well, for me, y'all have known that I have been interested in this one. Well, let me tell you, I've gone from an NP0 Kirki to an NP4 Protected Smile Kirki. So, yes, that is a slight jump. I also have all the CEs, and I did get to NP5 on my Snake Man, on Asclepius as well.
Sick.
So that's filled out for me, and that's good, because, pivoting to Not All the World's Evil, but damn close, I have absolutely blown 30 tickets and an $80 pack on Odysseus, and all I got to show for it was the above and a spook by Columbus, of all things. That's right,
yeah.
If Columbus is new, it registers in Skip Gang mode. As a rider, it sucks. It's the worst. So I'm waiting for it to be a solo day again before I try out the last of the tickets, because obviously the event gives you tickets and also weekly tickets and monthly stuff. So we're waiting on it to be Odysseus solo again before I try. But damn. Yeah, no, I was super disappointed. I got dog shit. I mean, not the worst. I got a Kirki, and I felt like, as you may have noticed, Kirki is a rated 4-star. I have 4 of her. So I'm not like I went broke spending $80, and I'm hoping that this level of SR success will continue to Canis later. It may or may not. You guys know, some of you anyway may remember the horrifying story of me trying to roll for Summer Mordred. Take your bets over and under. How many Dioscuries will I get now?
You won Dioscuri.
But yeah, no. I did the thing that I don't usually do, but I just dropped $80 and I did some sassy rolls. They were awful. They were miserable. My last couple of rolls were min rolls, and it took all the fight out of me. I was defeated by Columbus. I could have made a horrible joke there, but I've decided to skip it. But I come to you today as a defeated man. I would like to remind you that you can support us on Patreon to help my wallet recover, and also offer us your super chat and super thanks on YouTube. Consider YouTube memberships. You get membership badges and emotes. Anyway.
I'm starting to think it's time we up our game on something. We need to give people more incentive.
We did talk about what we wanted to do for badges. Maybe we should work on that.
Yeah, it's time.
Get a little roll, get a little spice in there. I know that people, I feel like we might still have an itch to scratch for some stickers, because some people on our Discord use other Discord stickers, and it...
I don't think people don't want to use our stickers. They're not...
I mean, it depends on the context. The comma ones are popular, but you can't just roll out a disappointed comma face for no reason. You have to be disappointed in something.
I mean, that's easy enough for me.
Fair enough. But we'll discuss some of our usual, because it is a new month and we do have some stuff to talk about with patrons. We'll slide that in later at the end of the show. But yeah, Lucky, do you want to, if you feel like it, do you want to mention the trouble you had? Because it is technically FGO related. With our
It is FGO related, so as everyone knows, each week I lovingly craft our thumbnail.
He folds the pixels 10,000 times.
I do. And I am utterly shameless in this, but I usually go to the FGO wiki, which is the fandom wiki, and just usually grab images from there, because they're usually decent resolution. They usually stay up to date fairly well, unlike some other FGO wikis out there. You know who you are. And so even if the information, the actual information is not always organized the greatest, usually I can get my images there fairly quickly. And I'm like, okay, cool, sweet. I did that today. I started this an hour ago. And I was just going through the motions, because I pick up the banner images, I pick up whatever Serpent CE images I pick up, and then I just open it all in clip, and just I just start slapping things together. But unfortunately, when I went to import everything, I realized that there was a problem. All my filed images were not being read. I was all like, what the fuck? Who the fuck? Why the fuck? And, under after a quick check, saw that all images were being saved as WebP format.
Rip.
Now, WebP format is a Google-specific file format, which basically compresses down more than JPEGs and pinches. I think they say it's like 30. It's like 30%. It's like makes the files like 20 to 30% smaller. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's a Google only format, so when you try to move that format anywhere out of Google, they're just all like, what? So I was struggling with that for a while. I only found a quick workaround, which is a very dog shit workaround. I hate it. It hurts my artist soul very much, but all I could do was save the WebP format, open up Paint, copy it into there, and then save it as a pinch from there. And I'm just all like, the resolution is dead, and it hurts me so much. Oh god.
Yeah, I mean, I make a lot of my assets in Paint, but no, it's not the most perfect format. It's, I use it because it's but simple to just overlay images on top of each other. And yeah, that is a terrible shame. I also use Fandom Wiki fairly often. If you've ever looked at a wanted thumbnail over the past few years, not few years, a few months, usually for older ones, I just used whatever. But ever since I've started using those like transparent sprites, like the ones just on the background of the summoning screen, I have been getting those from Fandom Wiki because they're really good about uploading images. Like Lucky said, they usually have a servant's complete story sprites, their ascension sprites, their combat sprites, anything that an aspiring FGO content creator could want for visual assets, they have pre-mined. So we'll have to keep looking at workarounds for that, or just have our workload be slowed down a little bit. Big oof. But yeah, hey, if anybody knows what's up with that, and if we can unfuckle that fast, let us know in the comments below. Well, I was serious about not caring about Faffin because we're not even out of the intro bits, and we've been going for like 12 minutes, but that's okay. Let's ask everybody, did you finish your master missions? You probably did. They are, as I like to say, I don't know why I'm so caught up on saying but simple these days, but these are but simple. You need to defeat 15 Sabercaster Berserker enemies, not servants or bosses, assume that for the next two things. Defeat 15 Archer Rider enemies, defeat 15 Lancer Assassin enemies. Then you need to acquire 2 skill gems of any type via drops, acquire 4 skill gems of any type via drops, and complete 10 quests. Once again, this isn't even do the event. This is like literally just play FGO. FGO is telling you, please just play me. I know we have an event going on, but I need you to please play the game. So, yeah, no. I'm pretty sure every class, every core class anyway, is represented in the event, and you can get skill gem drops from it. So, yes, you can just complete the event farming to do this. But, yeah.
Hey, someone in our Patreon, someone in our Patreon chat has actually posted it. If you do 2 runs of Yuki XC, 1 run of Yuki XD, 2 runs of Orleans La Charte?
La Charite?
La Charite, 1 run of Orleans Marseille, and training grounds for your gyms and monuments, you should be fine.
Yeah, it's what, 34 plus AP?
That's what they say.
Yeah, so
I will trust their math.
Yeah. So, it's again, dirt simple. You could probably do this in your sleep if you have the muscle memory to play FGO in your sleep. So,
Yeah.
All right, well, with that, let us finally burst onto the scene of Faffograms. It's more relevant than you think, because our first item is, you knew it was coming, Advanced Quest Part 2, drop the 28th in JP. There's a new CE that improves the drops of Bones. Mr. Bones. I can't really say Bones, and it's only 1 syllable, so I can't clap really good. But yeah, fucking Bones CE, y'all. Improves the Bones drop.
I'm hype.
Yeah, so you can get the Bones CE. It looks pretty cool and bony. Ooh, Bones. So, no, obviously I think FGO understands your plight. Number 1 was Void Dust, which has always been kind of a pain in the ass, and then Bones, which is, like, even more of a pain in the ass. It's easily farmed, but farming Fuyuki that many times is so monotonous. Oh my god.
And if we're going to talk about quality of life updates that I want sooner rather than later, yo.
Yeah, this one I actually could see because it's just tied to the Advanced Quest concept. We could easily scooch it up for us. Lasangle, if you're listening, check it out. Consider it. Get some scooching. Also, obviously by the time this episode has come out, yes, Aeaean Sea Spring Breeze has already come out and started. It's almost over, in fact. I think you only got like 4 or 5 days left. But we covered all the stuff that was announced last week, so we won't touch on that. We will talk about our opinions of story later after the mailbag break. But we're going to move swiftly on. NA still chugging. Do get a lot of chug to go through this first half of the year anyway. So we have already announced Lost Belt number 5 Atlantis Story Clear support campaign. How many adjectives can we stick on this one? But yeah, running from the 6th until the 12th of April, not the 12th of March, the 12th of April, whole way into next month, this support campaign. If by the time it starts you have cleared Lost Belt 5 Part 1, you get 10 Saint Quartz. Additionally, main story quests are quarter AP through LB3 during this time period and half AP through all of Lost Belt 5. So you have AP cruise control if you need to catch up. And this is recommended because they've got that new story drop. They told you Lost Belt 5 Part 2 Olympus is going to come in March. I'm pretty sure, like, some people are like, oh my god, is it soon? I'm pretty sure we're still going to do the APOC rerun first because that has, like, rank ups and stuff in it, right?
Right.
I don't think they're, like, vital for clearing Olympus, but it would be kind of shitty of them to not give you buffs for servants you may or may not have before they launch a major story event that is renowned for its high level of difficulty. So we'll probably still do that, but that's not as big of a deal as getting you geared up to actually participate in Olympus. So we're going there. We do also, I believe the way this was phrased is if you have cleared Lost Belt 5, free quests until first clear all the way through Lost Belt 5 are half AP. So if you need to catch up on your free quest Saint Quartz, which I still have a few lingering ones to do as well, which I will needing to be do because boy howdy have I had a Saint Quartz. You can catch up on your free quest, which is probably something I will be doing rather than farming CBC once the story concludes tonight. After I, finish main story, I'll be jamming them free quests for them sweet, sweet Saint Quartzes. So, yeah, everybody, just keep your head on a swivel. Lost Belt 5 Part 2 is coming soon. TM.
TM.
And FGO would like you to be prepared. I know a couple of people haven't yet conquered Atlantis, surmounted it, so if you're still rolling back down, now's your time. But all right, let's move into the big one. The reason why you're here, you know about it. You've been anticipating it. Indeedly there was the Chaldea satellite broadcast Hokkaido, I believe.
Yes.
There was that stream last weekend, like technically Sunday morning or Saturday evening for us. But it came out. Nissan was there. Some people were there. It was Rie Takahashi's birthday. It was very adorable. They gave her a wall scroll of Nemo, and she died on stream. Remarkable.
Yes.
I can't believe they didn't cut the cameras.
Just went down to the ground.
Yeah, no. I will say, I think that is the first time watching an FGO stream. I have seen a guest take a knee, like full blown. She had to sit down for a little bit. But yeah. So it was a hype stream. You can go back and check the VOD if you didn't want to be up at like 2 a.m. EST to do it. But it was a pretty big one. So Japan has announced White Day Spectacles / 15 bespectacled individuals running from the 2nd of this month to the 16th. And it's White Day with glasses.
Dick.
I wrote this in all caps in my notes.
It's important.
So let's run down the list here. It's a pretty meaty list because obviously this is CBC, so there's normal CBC stuff and then event stuff as well. So you still have an exchange ticket for 1 CE. You can pick from the long list. There's quite a few great CEs. Very curious to see what direction we're going in. One of them is titled Dante's Files Final Case, but we'll see if that works. But yes, there is a new Dante's Files one as well. But you can also log in for a series of days. I think it's 7 days to obtain tickets and teapots. It culminates in a Bond Grail. So that's always nice. Yeah, they've given it the full 2 weeks. I have thoughts and feelings. We're going to rotate around to that in a second. Now, the interesting thing they announced on stream for the CEs, which is, I think, pretty interesting, is that these CEs are voiced on Summon. When you obtain them, their dialogue description will be read out loud, and there is a replay feature for this. This was kind of out of nowhere, but I think is fairly interesting.
I mean, I'm excited for it. CE descriptions a lot of the times are actually very, very fun and interesting every time.
Yeah.
So even if you don't, it's not something you don't have to go like putting a little bit more into the presentation, like when you first get it, I think, is great because like when you look at it like here, like all servants, have their little intro speeds, and most of the time you're happy to hear it once. So I think it's very good for the CEs to have a little bit more flavor for them. I'm curious if they're going to start doing this a lot more, though, with other CEs.
Yeah, I don't know. On stream, it sounded like Nissan was specifically comparing this to Valentine's, which I think is a fair comparison, right?
Oh, yeah.
White Day and Valentine's, I would say, are not at 1-to-1 parity, obviously because dudes are included in Valentine's as well now, obviously. But, I guess I said obviously twice on that. I'm going off script, y'all. But this is kind of a nice follow-up to be like, okay, so in Valentine's you have voiced scenes, but for White Day you kind of had voiced scenes, at least where you have these voiced exchanges of the craft essences, which usually involve dialogue of characters interacting. I am super excited for the Kugel and Archer squirt gun fight one, which sounds rad and also looks funny. Also, it's a CE that gives you ignored defense. What more could you ask for? But yeah, there is a very interesting, just, out of nowhere. I don't think anybody asked for this, right? Just like, we decided to do it.
No, someone could have asked for it. Voice CE scenes.
But like we said, CE descriptions are usually pretty good, so it's interesting to say. I would say the other thing that would make sense would be, though I'm sad to have missed it, would be the Lost Belt ones you get as awards for Lost Belting.
Oh, yeah.
Those are also usually pretty impactful. But we'll have to see if they continue to add more to this feature. Now, as you might expect from something entitled 15 Bespectacled Individuals, there's a lot of costume variants that have dropped for a theme this year. So, the new costume straight up is for Arjuna Alter, the student council president look, very consistent. Whenever, by the way, Nobunaga Shimazaki is on again, he's going to be wearing this.
I mean, also, I can understand the student council joke, thanks to Aeaean Spring Breeze.
Yeah. So it's a long-running joke. But this also has a separate glasses variant, so there's technically two versions of this. And then we have glasses-added costumes for Mordred, Enkidu, Karna, Nemo, Merlin, Ku Alter, Gawain, Saito, Medusa, Paracelsus, Sanson, and Nobukatsu. That's a lot. It's like 12 of those guys.
Lot.
Yes, they do. I mean, this is probably why it's 2 weeks. Yeah, to obtain the costumes, you need store currency. You got to farm the little purchase tickets. I believe this is the same way that the rhythm game collab, Waltz, worked as well. You got special exchange tickets to unlock the costumes. But yeah, so this is pretty neat. It's pretty cool. Admittedly, this is, as you would say, graphically pretty easy. But this is something I think people have been... we'll say complaining. People have been complaining about from Arcade for a while, right? Is Arcade gets a lot of little extras like added glasses, different hairdos and stuff that seem like they're pretty simple. So, Core FGO going out of their way to drop a lot of these on you all at once.
Yeah.
And not just dudes, You've got, Enkidu is counted as genderless, Mordred's on there, Medusa's on there. That was, I was arguably more hype about that one than anybody else, just remembering Medusa exists and giving her a costume. It's pretty slick. And it's her glasses. It's adorable. I do believe all the glasses characters also are bonus servants in the event. Now, in addition to the wave of the costumifying, the englassening, we also have some more funny stuff. During this time period, my room has a rotating background. It's moving through several office-appearing things. By the way, I believe it was explicitly stated by somebody on social media that the inspiration for this event for in FGO was the film They Live by John Carpenter, I believe.
Interesting.
Yes, the 1988 American science fiction classic written and directed by John Carpenter, which, if you don't know, features special glasses that let you see the weird alien zombie people. You should check it out. My favorite John Carpenter film is still Big Trouble in Little China, but They Live's pretty good. That's where we got the jokes in the beginning. But yeah, so my room rotates through a few of these, and you can put 2 servants in it. Allegedly, this is a limited time feature, but I wouldn't be shocked if this came back. But yeah, this lets you do pretty funny things.
Honestly, I'm not that excited about that. I think the only thing that actually make me excited is you can put 2 people in it and they would talk to each other or have a special conversation.
Yeah, if that triggered certain special dialogues, but yeah, it's not a big deal. It's just you can put 2 people in there and you can take a funny screenshot, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know if there were any. I haven't seen anybody yelling about any dialogue updates at our spoiler channel or anything. I've seen some other stuff in there, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh no.
But yeah. Also, all Masters sprites appear with glasses during this time period. So yes, even you get glasses. Really kicking it up a notch with all the, like, little bits of art assets, you know?
Mhm.
A lot of detail was put into this, so that's pretty funny.
Pretty rad.
Now, the banner, as you might expect from this, is finally, after 3 years, we're free. It's Arjuna Alter again.
Yay!
With Saito, who I believe is limited, up all the time, and there's a rotation across several banners of other permanent and story-locked mails. Yes, just chat. Our live chat is just alive with people posting the memes, the mini screen grabs. But I do want to throw this out there. Watch out, guys. This event is 2 weeks, which is very interesting. And showing up in the opening press materials, there was a character codenamed Michael. No idea if that's his real name. He appears, and as you may have noticed, I believe with Arjuna Alter having 2 costume versions in that list of people, that's 12. That's only 14 costumes. So, this Michael character, look out for a second banner or possibly a follow-up event. People are already kind of, I think they've like tried to fish out some details on what is happening, but I do not know for sure. We will see, obviously, probably by next week if there is a second part banner, because the event started on the 2nd, so yeah, that about halfway through will be the 9th, so we'll see if something comes up. Otherwise, I suspect this will be a later event. We'll, touch back on this, but yeah. FGO might be giving you both this year. You might get both a new mackerel and also a costume, and also an Arjuna Alter return banner. A return banner so powerful that once again, FGO was like down in the 20s for revenue and shot back up to number 1. People know what they want, y'all. Also, I believe there is 10 sync cores for the stream.
Yay!
As usual. 47? Wow, even lower than it. Yeah, so, I guess we had some filler events. FGO seems to, like, peak and fall very rapidly. When there's no new banner, like if we're doing reruns or build-up or stuff, it seems to, like, be low, and then when there's a new banner or a return of banner, it's big. Big limited banners. And yeah, no, it's been a while. We were all thinking it, right? Like, all thinking it with Arjuna Alter, and then he showed up front and center, and we're like, yep, it's happening. And then they added the extra spice, so.
Yeah, no, like, this was my thought. Even if it, like, this new character necessarily doesn't, like, give us someone, but I think most people are going to be fairly okay with just having an Arjuna Alter raid up just there.
Yeah, I haven't really heard people I know it's a returning banner, but it's been so long, I haven't really heard people complaining, right? Like,
right.
It seems like FGO finally found an opportunity to give Arjuna a rerun banner and give him a costume and stuff, too.
Sick.
Now, we got these are more speculative, but there were also a couple of other notes from JP during this stream, which we should bring up. The first of these is Road to 7. This was a recurring theme. The word 7 was used a lot that night. So, I don't have any hard and fast dates on this, just some translations of some like light press release stuff and what Nissan said on stream. But basically, what Road to 7 seems like is to catch everybody up on Part 2, because remember, Lost Belt 7 is intended to launch this year, and it is also the 7th year of FGO. We'll be celebrating Anniversary 7 this year, I believe. Unless I'm, brain melting, but I believe it's 7. I can math. So the power number 7 is rotating around there, and it has been stated that there will be a series of commemorative illustrations, recap videos, feedback campaigns where the audience can kind of reflect on these things, and even discussion panels or talk shows, like special recap streams, to discuss these things and kind of go back over everything we've done until now. It seems like this will be a recurring element over the next several months. Possibly up to Anniversary, but maybe even farther beyond, because we don't know exactly when they want to release Lost Belt 7. I know Nissan did say, I believe, on stream that it would be this year, but...
I believe he actually, it said that he actually slipped and said it's like the end of the year.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, there was some slight, touch mouth, like, oops, that was a little more specific. So, yeah, Road to 7, probably a build-up. If you did, one every month, that would be, 6 months. You may or may not do one in March, because you just announced it in March, but you do it for, 6 months, that'll put us down in, fall, so seems like a reasonable time frame. But they expect the number 7 to come up a lot for various reasons. 7 Lost Belts, 7 years, 7 Beasts, lots of 7s. Lucky number 11. So, again, nothing hard and fast. It just feels like you're going to see a lot of this Road to 7 branding this year. Speaking, though, of announcements, this is another interesting one. It was clarified that FGO will be at Anime Japan, which will be the weekend, I want to say? Yes, the weekend of the 26th and the 27th. And so, them having a panel and some stuff there, we will probably have news then. Now, I put in my notes that might be a little too early for Golden Week news, because that is about a month ahead. But we did get the news last year for our collab then as well. Presumably so that they would have plenty of time to roll out all those special videos and costume previews. So we may get at least a title and, collab confirmation in a few weeks at Anime Japan. And I believe some other content creators out there are running speculation and unpacking some thoughts on whether or not it will actually be the arcade collab.
I mean, it's a fair shot.
I do believe during staff talk on this stream, they did show some preview stuff for, or maybe it was in the actual mainstream. They showed some preview stuff for Arcade. Arcade's own climax is coming this month or next month as well. So the timing certainly seems like it'll line up, right? Like, Arcade's going to wrap up its equivalent of the Part 1 story. So that would leave a gap for this to possibly link back up to the main timeline. We know that it is doing alternate timeline stuff, so we'll have to see if something happens. Lucky, you said I think it was off mic earlier. We've done a good job. There's a lot of news, and we've been recording for like 35 minutes, so I don't remember what was said off and on mic, but you mentioned also your other best bet is probably Mahoyoru.
No, like, honestly, like, as much as I want the Excel collab, like, Excel doesn't seem to have much traction. I still don't know why they did the Requiem collab, but it only had like one light novel out.
I don't know. I guess they didn't really use a lot of the character with those. I mean, I guess maybe they thought they'd be more catchy. It could also just have been like a PR stunt, like the second volume had just come out, right?
Right. But like I said, Excel doesn't seem to have a lot of traction right now. And like I said, the Tsukihime collab is on hold until it's out. Same with Strange Fake.
Yep. Now, allegedly, Strange Fake is, I think, supposed to be releasing its final volumes this year, maybe? Possibly? There's some speculation. They said there's a lot of Weasley marketing words about they're getting ready to wrap it up, but there's no exact time frame.
No, so like I said, like ever since they did the Waltz in the Moonlight, I totally forgot the name of the rhythm game all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Was it Waltz?
Yeah, it was Waltz in Moonlight Lost Room, because it's the Lost Room.
Like, that definitely put me on board as, oh yeah, they can just collab with themselves. And like I said, like, I'm pretty sure, like, people are just being very sus about the timing of, the collab and the supposed ending of FGO Arcade. So we'll see. It, like, again, like, if, like, this is my hope. If we do get an FGO Arcade, just give me Tiamat. Just give. Just give, okay?
I mean, I think that would be the big one. Let's see. So it would be a collab, so it would be a full-ass event. There would be a welfare. I think there's a couple of choices for that. I mean, honestly, I think the FGO home group would take just Tia Small. The big version would be cool, but we'd take her just in the tiny apron as a welfare. But there's presumably going to be an SSR and an SR, so there's a couple of different things they could do there. I don't know if we'd get full on all of our backlog, but there's a few things they could cover. They could also do a second part banner, but you never know. They got to leave something for the rerun in 2 years.
Usually when beasts are involved, things get a little weird.
Yes, they usually don't like to make those banner ones, so we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if Mother Draco showed up as a servant. It's almost like Mother Harlot has been data mined in the game from the beginning. Or something. And obviously a lot of people are clamoring for something with Prototype. I don't know if that's this year. Because I know the data is there, but I don't know if they want to go there. The only other thing I think of is I believe the next oh, that's a classic. That's a really good one. To use that old chestnut. But the only other thing I can speculate on is I do believe we are supposed to get some more extra record news in April. There will be a Type Moon Ace, I think, magazine release. Oh, well, the Tiamat sticker's popular as well. I just love that little face. So much. But if that news is in April, I could see that being the subject of the collab. All right, calm down, guys.
No, be furious. Be furious that we do not have TMAT.
I mean, I'm okay with your fury. Just don't crash my channel with all you're posting the stickers over and over again. There's like a dozen of you in here.
Throw a couple commas of disgust in there.
We have occasionally seen how much like Discord's CPU limit is a couple of times posting GIFs. So like don't overtax our poor server rack somewhere. But yeah, no, like the only thing, and even then, that would be like just development news, unless they're gonna be like, and it comes out tomorrow. I don't think so. I mean, I would love that news. Please tell me Extra Record would come out tomorrow. I'm desperately waiting for some info on it. But
we got information, last year?
Yes, the announcement was, I think, last year, and it seems to be in a decent dev state. Like they had demos of the actual gameplay, right?
Nah, it's probably not coming out till next year.
And I would. With most places having that long tail on the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, yes, I would expect that dev got delayed enough that it's probably not going to be until either holiday this year or sometime next year. I'll still give me that shit. I'll throw that in my Switch. And yes, I probably would play the Switch version if it's not like super graphically intense. We'll talk more about Switch stuff tomorrow.
It's begun.
Yeah, the great fucking. Luckily, spoilers for What's Up a little as well, but luckily it seems like the general consensus from like reviewers and player bases is that Babylon's Fall is not something you need to jump into right away.
That's fair.
Doing some low concurrent numbers, like I said, that seems like a game that like you, me, and maybe a couple of other boys from the server get on like sale sometimes, and we fuck some shit up, and not like a day one buy.
Aloy, why? Aloy? Okay.
Is Aloy doing that thing where she has a mind of her own?
Hang on. I got hang on.
I expect even more Horizon as well. Horizon, I have a strong love-hate relationship with Horizon, as always. The storytelling and the world building is great. This gameplay, though, sometimes. Aloy has... I love that they expanded on the surfaces Aloy can climb on, but, man, Aloy, you don't have any control.
No, I got like, you mentioned magnetic fingers. Let me show you how magnetic these fingers are real quick. Hang the fuck on.
Alright, yeah, take me the screenshot.
I'm taking the screenshot, but unfortunately...
Aloy has a mind of her own when it comes to climbing. So good it plays itself, yeah.
Anyway, keep going without me. Actually, I never connected my PlayStation account to my Discord. How do I do?
I think I told it to connect, but it has not yet. Discord does not tell people what I'm playing on PSN, so I'm not sure it's working. I'll have to do
here it is. PlayStation artwork. Let me see.
Maybe I have to do it on my PS5. A minimal Sony integration that worked day one, unlike another Sony integration that is taking a long time to come to fruition. Guys, once again, I would like to remind you, please, for the love of God, watch What's Up. If you like listening to us, especially if you like listening to us Faff, but if you like listening to us talk about just like general like pop culture news and stuff that's going on with us that's not entirely FGO, maybe you're in deep and you need to farm that FGO currency, check out What's Up. If you're watching this live on YouTube to public, like, day of on Saturday, the stream will be later that day live. If you're watching this whenever throughout the week, go just hit up the VOD. It'll be up there. If you're a patron, be sure to join us live as well when it comes out. But yeah, let's see. Mostly, other than just us continuing to do round and round and round speculation on what the collab this year is. Though, hey, chat, both live chat and obviously people listening at home on YouTube. Hey, load up in the comments. Take your bets now. I know people love to bet and speculate. Give me your shots now. Let me know. What do you think the collab will be? Do you agree with people out there? And actually, I shout this out. We don't really talk a lot, but we've occasionally gotten some positive feedback, and he's in our recommended channels. The video that was linked speculating on was Keita Sean, so go check that out if you're interested in what his theory crafting or justification or whatever is for it. If you go there from here, tell him we sent you, I guess. Anyway, feed the beast. But y'all love to speculate. Let us know in the comments below. We love your interaction. And you can go for whatever. It's cool.
It's cool.
Grand Carnival VTuber service. Oh, right, it's not a big deal, but it is worth mentioning. I believe at the event, in addition to some more merch, they're going really ham on a certain fluffy boy who appears in Lost Belt 6. Not that they wouldn't want to, but yeah. But another thing that is coming out is, I believe, the collected version of Learning with Manga Volume 3 is also coming out. They announced it will have a street date, so we might see some splash of that as well. There's a shitload of Learning with Manga characters we've never gotten. We've still never gotten the first, like, writer and assassin, let alone the other, like, 4 special characters who appeared. Come on, FGO, clear out that backlog. Don't worry, America won't care about J. Edgar Hoover in a nightgown.
I mean, if he has tits, I'm okay with it.
That is the long-running theory about what Learning with Manga Assassin is, because he or she, they, has special interrogatory powers and a gun. And there is that persistent urban legend about J. Edgar Hoover cross-dressing. I do not believe it is substantiated, but nobody cares. J. Edgar's dead. So, yeah. That is all I think I have on the front half of the news. Chat, do you think I missed anything? Any other big news happening that's directly FGO related? I don't mean like other shit. I mean, the audience will accept a lot of things if there's tits.
That's how I operate.
But yeah. All in all, I think it was a pretty good stream. It was pretty dense. I'm kind of curious, since they did to roll back a little, I'm kind of curious what they'll do for the next advanced quest, because they've done, Bones and Dust. Will they just roll through old mats and it'll be like seeds or hero proofs? Or will they maybe do something, in demand? Like, will it be like stakes or spinal fluid next? I would appreciate some stakes. Bullets? Bullets are bronze. Actually, also, will they upgrade from bronzes? Will they go to... I know, obviously, bronze mats are usually the most hell because you need so fucking many of them, but I wonder if they'll jump to, like, 5-star CE that gives you an increased drop rate on silver or gold mats. Chains? Chains is another popular one. Those are pretty big. Yeah, Legendary, we already mentioned that earlier. I don't know, that may have been 20 minutes ago, but we will remind them. FGO, once again, killing it, flying to the top on money. Always glad to see that magical. That, like, super huge jump. What are these others? I guess that's Uma Musume was number 1, got kicked down to number 2. And I don't recognize either of these other ones. Okay, 4 is Puzzles and Dragons. I was wondering about that. Yep, big money. And then 3 was Monster Strike. Okay. So that's your top 4-ish or 5-ish App Store games in Japan, at least on iOS, was number our number levels were like Uma Musume, Monster Strike, Puzzles and Dragons, and then FGO just comes screaming out of nowhere with a flying glasses kick. Pachow! Megane KIRAN! Ching! And it's over. But I believe I have milked the news for all it can be milked worth.
Milkworth?
I've put it in the nut milk bag and squeezed it.
Ew.
It's a real thing. It's not as gross as you think, though it does look kind of gross. Yeah, no, absolutely. FGO is absolutely like Leroy Jenkinson. Like, just you think it's out. Oh, we're down to 47, and then it's just like number 1, baby.
Sorry, right now I'm trying to figure out a way that I can get my screenshot onto Discord without like doing something fucking weird.
I mean, I guess the simplest way would be tweet it.
I guess.
Tweet it and link it.
I'll tweet it and link it, fuck it.
He's applying the fucking adjustment, y'all.
It's a crowbar.
Sorry, I had to burp.
Actually, speaking of crowbars, I don't know if the crowbars are actually in this game, but I actually finally got a copy of Silent Hill 2. Do you know how expensive that fucking game is to get? It's ridiculous. Why are you so expensive? Stop it.
I'm not shocked. We talked a lot about how vintage titles are expensive. You gotta watch out for that. Oh, Chad's asking how much Silent Hill 2 was.
I got a copy for like... What was the final total? Like $94?
Find out on what's up. No, he already said it.
Yeah. No, there's like I have like several games that cost me many monies.
Nah, dude.
Yeah,
if you want to buy like older Blu-rays, DVDs, or video games, it's expensive.
Listen, it makes me want to turn to a life of crime.
Like, what the fuck? Speaking of John Carpenter films, I was actually like, man, it's been a while since I watched Big Trouble in Little China. I should pick that up. And it's like, let me actually see what it was to completely faff this out while Lucky is tweeting. I told you about the faff time, okay?
It's happening.
I trimmed through my Amazon wish lists last night. Yeah, so it's like Blu-ray, perfectly normal, $15, right? Seems okay. Now, DVD from $2, though I believe those are all used. VHS tapes, $25, because they're old, right? And that's not even, I think, the worst movie thing I've seen. Like, I've got some like, out-of-print anime Blu-rays and stuff that are like, yo, this is like $100. And I'm like, really?
Okay. This is Aloy right fucking now.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, Aloy, I know you discovered how to glide, and I have heard that you can override Sunwings later in the game and fly them, like, mount them. But, like, what the fuck? She has transcended gravity.
I'm sorry, this made me do a full stop.
Superman. I mean,
Or
yeah,
wait,
no,
wait, wait,
I
sir.
understand. Like, you made me do a full stop when you pulled that up. I was like, what the fuck? This doesn't seem physically possible.
If you want to know what we're talking about, please join our Patreon at the 5 and up level.
Actually, at any level, you can.
Any level, yeah,
access
that's
the Patreon Discord chat. You can check it out. Support us on Patreon. Check it out.
Support us.
Okay, but that means, Lucky, it is time for the esteemed bag of mail.
It is time for the steam bag of mail, the mailbag, the bag with the mail that is in the bag, that mailbag. You mean that mailbag, right?
This is where you open the wrong mailbag and, like, moon rats come out and eat us.
Please no. I'm
Wrong
already having
bag?
I'm having a little bit of nightmares about that.
And if you guys don't get the moon rats joke, you should join several other people and watch our Delta Green APs. Those have actually been doing fairly good for APs. I think both of our latest couple have like 34 or 35 views.
I keep trying
It's
to
not
figure
a
out
huge amount, but like it's big.
Again, I always wonder how do we make APs better, but I never think of it. Anyway,
I think it's just a niche thing.
it is time for this week's Let's Talk FGO Mailbag, a segment where we read what you have to say and comment accordingly. This week, we have 22, which is up. Those numbers are up. It's super up. That means my mood is up. Thank you very much.
Stonks!
Up. Yay.
Much like the stonks of the Day and Night Quill Corporation, according to Lucky and Mailbag.
What?
Quill
Oh,
and
yes.
Night Quill, yeah.
Yeah, no, I drink half a bottle of each. I have no regrets. Okay, no, that's a lie. I have very much regrets. Apparently too much NyQuil and DayQuil does bad shit to your stomach.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to get started. We got 22. I will get through them at a leisurely pace.
I'm in no rush. No rush.
And so we begin right meow. This first one comes from the voice of many waiting for the Studio Mega Smash or Pash Fate Edition video. I really need to get off my butt and make my top 10 fluffiest service and top 10 swimsuit videos. I was
thinking about this question earlier when I opened Mailbag, and like, we could absolutely do this, possibly as a stream, but I assume most people are talking about Markiplier's Smash or Pass all 800 something Pokemon, which was hilarious, by the way. You should check it out. But you know, Mark has an editor who tightly edits and like adds special effects and stuff, so we don't really do that. I don't think we're very experienced at that. Our turnaround time is not good.
Well,
I mean, if you guys want us to do, like, Smash or Pass, I mean, if there's an app or something where we can flick through every servant picture, Lucky and I could do that as a stream joke, like, one evening. But we'll see.
Also,
we need to rig a counter. We would need a graphical counter to, like, keep track.
Also, my main issue right now is I don't think Vegas is well suited for actually video editing. It just does basic things very well. I would really like to get an Adobe Premiere, but Adobe is a bitch.
Yeah. If you know good, not super expensive video editing software, let us know.
Yeah, no, I'll totally do it, because the thing that I need mostly is not that I need video editing software. I need video effects software.
Yeah, something with an effects package.
Yeah, that's what I need to actually, because that's the problem I'm realizing with the videos that I want to make. I'm looking at my tools. I'm like, I don't actually have the tools to do what I want to do, and I'm a little too bleh.
I mean, if you're gonna that's why when I read this, I was like, I mean, we could do that, but it wouldn't be the same unless we fully committed, right?
Right.
Fucking Adobe.
Again,
anyway, this person had a question.
I was about to yell about Adobe. No, we'll yell about Adobe later, because this person says, "Hey, looking to make it. My question for you this week should probably be rather short. Are there any servants you think were given the wrong class in Fate and would have worked better, and at least lore-wise, in a other different class? Thanks for the Amber. I hope you guys have a great week." Actually, you want to know one that always bugged the shit out of me, and I actually made a mistake about this earlier, earlier? Fucking Ozymandias. Ozymandias always slightly bothered me because in FGO, I should say, because in FGO he's a writer. He's a writer because he has, his giant sunbow that shoots sunbeams and all that stuff. But you never actually fucking see the sunboat.
Yeah.
Even his extra attack, he summons the Sphinx. Well, I should say a Sphinx.
His big spooky Sphinx with a space face.
With space face and shoots space lasers. Right? And I'm like, okay. But his MP is this fucking pyramid. And I'm all like...
By the way, a weird FGO interpretation of that, because in In like prototype fragments, that's just he summons the temple complex, and it's like he creates a dungeon run for you to do. He does not. I do not believe he smashes anybody with pyramids outside of FGO.
And so, like, my first thought was, I was like, I remember voice called me out on this like years ago, but called me out because I kept thinking that Ozymandias was a caster. Because, like, when I look at his animations, I look at his MP, that's what it screams. Like, he's shooting lasers, he's throwing around pyramids. You know, he has like, you know,
he has
Sphinx
like
through the
special
space
territory. He summons familiars. I mean, if Medea is a caster and not a rider, even though she should theoretically have, like, a big flaming chariot, you know, why isn't Oz? I understand.
Yeah, so, like, I can kind of understand because, you know, the sunboat's a big deal, but I would like to actually see the fucking sunboat for once.
Oz hasn't had an animation update ever, has he? He just shoots, like, sun lasers. They could do that. I wouldn't mind that. That seems like that would be cool. Get some boat references in there. At the very least, show me, like, a shadow of Ra's Sunbarge. Ra's Sunbarge, which is actually very metal. Go check that out. But yeah, I'm trying to think. There have been a couple that I think have bothered us over the years. I remember the mistaking Oz for a caster a couple of times, yeah. I'm trying to think. Are there any more that jump in my brain? I'm not thinking out there. I mean, somebody in chat brought up Jason. That is another one I do think also is a little weird. Like, I assume it's because they had to fill out the slots for, like, the bronzes, but realistically, much more so than our need to constantly put generals and tacticians as writers, I feel like we should have, you know, Jason's a boat captain. Boat captains are usually writers, and the Argo is a magical boat. So he probably should have been a writer, but obviously for balance reasons, I think they went with Saber, and it let them do the funny thing where his NP is more like the concept of the Argonauts, which is, you know, goofy in its own way. I don't know how that works, though, if you, like, summon him in a normal Grail War.
Actually, if they were to have actually to gain, like, a piece of the Argo, would it function the same way that Master Shield does? A place where heroes gather?
Oh, yeah, I bet it would. That would be... I mean, like, talking about normal catalysts, right? Like,
yeah,
it's already... It was referenced in Apocrypha that, like, just getting a chunk of the round table is, like, really good because that'll give you access to a lot of servants. Getting a piece of Jason's boat would be the same. If you had a piece of the Argo, there are so many fucking Argonauts. Oh my god. That would be a lot of juice.
But yeah, no, like, yeah, definitely I think Jason probably would have fared better as a writer. I wonder if they just felt like maybe they were overdoing the boat thing, because we have a lot of pirates.
Yeah.
We really do.
At the same time, they were, I assume this because this was all the new bronze rollouts. As they were figuring out who to slot in, they already had, you know, Black Bart in mind as a rider, and they were like, okay, well, we want to do Jason, but we can't make him a rider. That's redundant. What do we do? Well, we don't have any bronze sabers, I guess. I do know that I believe he uses a sword, but also, like, and once again, to throw out, Greeks are just built different. I believe in the actual Argonautica, the Argonautai, he, you know, wrestles some bulls that are on fire. Like, Medea makes him fireproof, but he still has to fucking bull wrestle. So, like, he's not a wimp. He's just not as strong as fucking Hercules, who is. Hercules got high on them magic mama milkers.
So high, he tried to tear him off.
There's some funny etymology there, but we'll do that a different time. Guys, if you guys ever want me to do a deep dive on Hercules, on Heracles, other than just telling you to go watch Red, like 2 or 3 videos about it.
Everyone take a drink.
Yeah. But yeah, I think there may have been a couple that have bothered us over the years, but I really can't remember them right now. This is always our problem when it comes to people asking about, like, all servants. There's, you know, over 300 of them, so racking my brain on literally everybody hurts. I'm trying to think. Are there any other weird ones? I mean, I can see why they made Teacher Writer. Teacher Berserker works, but as a writer, it also works. And he gets to shout out Queen Anne's Revenge. I will say Nito for a long time, I think they did a smart thing when they did her summer, right? Because while there is a lot of weird mystic occult stuff with Nitocris, thanks to good old HPL.
Thanks, buddy.
Her actual, like, mythological origin, Herodotus, is, you know, the thing that is her summer version's NP, where she drowned some dudes in the Nile. But that's the thing they did. They gave her an extra alternate. Oh, actually, no, I know. The one we always got to mention. Hold on, Discord freezes for a second. Let's make sure that's not going to fuck up.
Oh, no.
Okay, yeah, no, I think I stayed speaking through all that. Yeah, Caesar.
Oh, that's right,
Speaking of generals as writers, Caesar who you could probably argue might make it better sense as a writer, could be a lot more serious guy. I mean, he's got, crossing the Rubicon and all that. Not that I, like, as a fan of swords, I love the Croquet Amours deep dive, right? Like, that's actually a pretty deep cut. That's fairly obscure. But it's not the most Caesariest Caesar you could Caesar,
Mm-hmm.
There's some more you could add to that Caesar salad. Also, it would make him weak to assassins, canonically.
I mean, clearly we just need some sort of Caesar fest where, we get 4-star, where we can get 4-star writer Caesar and then maybe like a 3-star Lacusto Gaul or something.
Get Caesar out here and just his NP is just crossing the Rubicon. Caesar's legions. What was his book was Commentary on the Gallic Wars, I think?
Yes. Well, I don't remember the name, but I remember it involved the Gallic Wars.
Yeah, I think it was the commentary. Yeah. Like, again, Caesar, the sword thing is cool, and the banging Cleopatra and all that, neat. I feel like they don't do enough with the fact that he claimed to be a direct descendant of Aeneas, so he's descended from Venus. He does have divinity, because he was deified after death, but, like, there's a lot. The man had a very long life and a very full career, so there's a lot of Caesar things we could get into that we just don't, because Septa. I need the sad jank version of the More You Know theme, like, whatever the most cursed version of that is.
No.
But yeah, there you go. There's a couple of answers from us. Let us know, chat, in the comments below.
Yeah, actually, I am curious. If you guys have any ones, I know some people complain about Vlad, but I think that's...
I mean, we got 2 Vlads, so...
Yeah. Boing, boing.
Again, like I said, I think Nito gets a free pass because her summer alternate does the alternate class properly, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know they've got MHX. I'm still a little sad we don't have a proper assassin Artoria with her dagger of invisibility.
I really thought Camelot was going to do it, but...
No, I mean, it was a lost belt, so we went a different route.
As you do.
I mean, yeah, Shootin is a murder machine. It's not acknowledged, but one of her noble phantasms is just, oops, I punched all your bones out.
Oops, punched all your bones out and got away with a lot of shit for a long time. Like, it's not necessarily like well explained in how, she's presented, because, she's all, alcohol and fucking, and, accents. But the, I can't remember the mountain. Not was it Oe?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only Mount Oes were basically bandits. They would run around the countryside, stealing, killing, and eating.
Yeah, until it got all the way back to the capital, and then they were like, all right, where are they hiding out? And then a magic man, sometimes Abe no Seme, even though I do not believe the timing would have worked out.
No, it is Abe no Seme. It's Tamamo that had the wrong one.
All right, okay. So yeah, no. So Abe no Seme is like, hello, yes, they are at Mount Oe, and Draiko and the 4 kings are like, verily, we shall ride out and solve this problem. And then the gods gave Raiko a magic hat, and then told him to, break down there. Oh, Bunyan's a berserker because why wouldn't Bunyan be a berserker? Think about it. Have you read any Tall Tales lore?
Also, if Shuten was a berserker, then what would Ibaraki be? Then you'd have two Oni being the exact same class. Which is, personally, I'm like, no.
Yeah, we could get a little variety.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Shuten I think works. There's a lot of interesting ideas out there. But let us keep going. We've got 21 more of these to rack up.
Let us keep on going. Yes, but Raiko is also kind of a lightning cow. I'm dead serious. So
Raiko's weird. Let's not talk. Let us not discuss that any further.
So where were we? Oh,
number 2.
This next one comes from a master embracing the role of chairman of student council while Arjuna Alter prepares to start the first council meeting. They say, "Hey guys, hope you're doing all right. Okay, sending my well wishes and good vibes. Your way." After the tactless question I had last week, I have totally forgotten it, by the way. I've been debating with myself whether it's worse to make a mistake in ignorance or refusing to admit when I make one. Personally, I think it's better just to own up to your mistakes and move on. Personally.
What's the phrase? It's better to ask forgiveness than seek permission.
Yes. I want to keep improving myself, and we'll go on watching some of your other content as penance. No question this week. I'll come up with one next week. Best wishes, my dude. Okay, always think to improve yourself, but in my experience, like my preferred tactic is I double down until someone can prove me wrong, and then I just immediately apologize and move on. You see me do this actually a couple times in APs and whatnot. Where I'll be yelling out some people are like, no, it's not, and I'm like, oh yeah, give me proof, and then Purefish show up, like, okay, I'm wrong, I'm sorry, and then I don't talk about it again.
Also usually how I operate. Like, I have facts and figures, and then somebody's like, your facts are wrong. I'm like, well, shit, now we're here. Well, I mean, I'm not a lunatic. I'm not going to keep arguing even though I'm clearly provably wrong.
Yeah.
I guess we just move on. My bad.
My bad. Yes, the Studio Mako style of life. I'm always right until I ain't. This is very correct.
Works every time, 50% of the time. Colt 45.
Oh.
Anaconda malt liquor.
So this next one comes from... It's the season of...
I can't pass up my full Black Dynamite reference. Anyway, continue.
As a season of 2 stars actually got to Bonton with Gareth, no complaints, and really coming along on Shingon's design and writing. This is a very long alias. Question. If the FGO story was written in the style of a visual novel with Heron based on the routes of horror like FSN, which 3 FGO characters would you choose for their routes? No restrictions. I'd probably pick Mass Da Vinci and...
Roman.
Yes, Romani.
I mean, I think there's something to be said for if there was, say, the Olga Mary route, right? Where
I mean,
she
that's the
doesn't
secret
get
route.
into a black hole. Yeah, that's if you do the golden ending. It's like you get to save her from the black hole of Abyss. I suspect this question came up because some people have dug up Redrop's old posts about the FGO visual novel. Yeah, no, I think I concur with Lucky mostly. Like, our main centerline characters who recur are Mashed, obviously, Da Vinci. We got a couple of staffers. I mean, you've got Lost Belt Part 2, so I guess that means you would add Sion to the mix. But, yeah. Though I would like to say, technically, FGO is mostly a visual novel. Nero, Liz, and Nero by early FGO. I mean, Liz also keeps coming back. That could be a funny route. But I think we got out of the Liz cameo game for a while. I think it was kind of like a recurring joke early.
Yeah, I think that's good. So we shall move on. The next one comes from Actual Optician, I believe.
That's how that's spelled. I've always heard it optician, but I am not a doctor of anything, let alone eyeballs.
I am a... The moment where you're going to say a joke and you laugh at yourself before you can even get out of this. So I will not say it, because now the purpose has been defeated. Salute, Lucky Omega. I just wanted to give my professional opinion on the JP event. The stylings are on point and match the servants well. Special mention goes to Noble Contest Spectacles, Mordred Sport Frames, and Carno borrowing one of Kentucky's shades. Is he actually borrowing Kentucky's shades?
I don't know, but he's the only guy with sunglasses, which is my current Discord avatar. I knew that night. I was like, this is me now. I'm gonna put my Karna image up there. I'm gonna talk about ballin'. I'm gonna say I came here to laugh at you. Also, yeah, same VA. Cool.
Anyway, guys, what have I said about emoting in don't do it. Stop that. You get a yellow card. You should have just yelled MEGANE KIRAN, and I would have yelled that.
Yeah, just type it in all caps, and Lucky will yell it.
But with that, we shall move on.
I mean, I do believe the frames for all the characters are pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think Medusas are like her classic.
If they are, those are actually very powerful artifacts. Those are the Mystic Eye killers.
Yeah, I mean, they look like how they're usually drawn. I think Gawain looks like the actual Gawain, like, tie-in frames. Guys, because in case you don't know, in Japan anyway, FGO will put their brand on fucking anything. They'll sell you anything. There are fucking FGO watches. There are FGO glasses frames.
Headphones, earpieces, underwear. Once in a while, they do a hotel collab.
Yeah.
Let's not even get into the Type Moon Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
God, I want to go there and just buy merch. Give.
I like how Ku has just, like, simple, normal, like dad glasses. He's just got, like, black frames, big lenses. Ku of all people.
I mean, Ku's fairly down to earth for some odd reason. Like, despite the intense heavy metal legends that is not Norse, Celtic mythology, Ku and FGO and Fae in general seems pretty chill. Guess he got all that, sex, drugs, and rock and roll out of him after he died.
Well, Ku Alter also is, deliberately made by Maeve to be the coolest cucumber in the cucumber drawer.
Yeah.
Also, I chuckled there because somebody in chat posted there was a video on YouTube called "Can You Live Off Just Fate Merch?" And yes, apparently, you can. That's wild. But not surprising.
So, we shall move on. This next one comes from a Glasses Aficionado. I'm pretty sure this is spelled wrong. A fishy... Oh no, aficionado. Wait, isn't it aficionado? God damn it! Hang on, Google.
I believe it's 1F? Aficionado, yes.
Aficionado. Hang on, now I gotta compare. Let me see here.
I put it in chat.
Yeah, no, it's only 1F. Otherwise, it'd have been right. Holy shit.
It's pretty close. But you didn't need the
Wait, no, it's a D at the end, not a T. You spelled it aficionado, not aficionado. Okay. I have cracked the code. You are incorrect. Red pin. But they say... Dear... Oh, god damn it. Disciplinar? Chair... Wait, is this supposed to be discipline?
Yes, possibly.
Hang on, I gotta copy paste this. This is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I know.
Probably saying disciplinary.
Yes,
disciplinary chair.
I think we've missed a Y, and also some consonants are super fucked up. As written, this is disciplinar.
Dear disciplinar. Dear disciplinar chair Lucky and student council secretary Mega. See, that's why I'm thinking disciplinary chair. While trying to decide which CBC craft essence to select, it got me thinking about how good some of the effects on the past ones. I want to shout out Versus from CBC 2018 for being a cog-killing beast, 80% damage, 40% against divine enemies for 3 turns. With how good this is in some boss fights, I would like to know if you have any unusual or rare CEs that you turn to for stuff for tough story fights. All the best, and may probably grace your future roles. Yes, I have a super rare and powerful CE called 3 MLB K-Scopes.
Ah, that is quite rare.
Mm-hmm. Quite powerful. You'd be surprised how many strats you can do with the power of 3 MLB K-Scopes. Oh yeah, no, that reminds me. I finally got my 10th Fragments of 2030 while rolling for CBC, so now I have 2 MLB versions of that, so I can just be like, no, I'm just gonna get 20 stars every turn.
That's also pretty powerful, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so if shit's weird, usually I try and like rack up like decapitating bunny or something, right? You know, just to pierce invul. If it works, the origin bullet is also pretty good. But yeah, no, I don't know of any other like crazy ones. Normally it's the like, hey, does this give me like a shitload in a card type and 50% battery? This one's for me.
I mean, that's usually what people go with nowadays.
Like sometimes, depending on the nature of things, I'll go with like no charge up. Like for a lot of story content, I have absolutely lived and died by mash and necromancy, just hard rolling that 10% or whatever on guts every time. But oh shit, that's right, Mash is gonna get her gun soon. Yes,
gun,
mash gun, mash gun, mash gun. Commence Lost Belt 5. Yeah, Poster Girl gives you 3 turns of taunt as well. That's also another weird one. I use that sometimes as well.
I know it wasn't too long ago, but I think did I finally MLB Volume Hydrogen?
Volume and Hydrogyrum is pretty cool, yeah.
Hydrogyrum.
I mean, actually, I have an MLB, like, level 91 Prisma Cosmos, so, like, that is my go-to for, like, if I'm in a stall strat and I need to constantly generate NP, I'll, like, throw that on somebody. Mm-hmm. As opposed to, like, starting NP if I know it's going to take me a while. But that's, you know, that's how it be. There's a lot of weird CEs, but, you know, those are my go-tos are usually just the card types and 50%.
One I've been actually using a lot more recently that I find out is I've been using Demonic Bodhisattva a lot. Well, like I said, because, you know,
CEs are pretty rad.
Yeah, no, because, you know, MLB at 60% and you get 2 levels. I'm all like, I'm just going to throw that on comma and we're going to go burr.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of the 50% charge ones, right? Is if anybody has a 50% battery or you're running one of those supports that gives you a 50% battery, like, that's the spice. That's just, you get to do the thing.
Yes.
And usually you want to do the thing. A lot of servant kits are built around their NP. Not always, but often.
That is correct.
But yeah, there's a lot of fun CEs out there. Also, guys, make sure to double proofread your comments, okay? I know it can be hard if you catch an error if you're on, like, mobile, but, like, hopefully you can find some time to fix some stuff. Let us keep going as I stifle a yawn.
Nobody does that. We move on. This next one comes from King of Apples, who thinks we should all call Odysseus Horse Daddy.
I'm not doing that.
Nay, motherfuckers. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking a bunch of bad Horse Daddy jokes now.
Oh, I'm sure there's many, many horse jokes to be made.
Like, do you want to wear the saddle this time? All right.
I learned that there is a cocktail called Horse Jizz.
Oh, yeah. There's always been a cocktail named Horse Jizz. I don't know why, but there is.
Well, from what I okay, here's a preview of upcoming What's Up. Having watched a shitload of How to Drink, literally How to Drink, it's a YouTube channel. The naming for cocktails seems to be like, one, we thought of a cool name kind of like based on like who made it or what it does or kind of what it looks like, or this drink is designed to fuck your day up, so we've given it an awful, horrible name. Like, either a drink is supposed to be cool and relaxing and smooth, or it's supposed to fuck your shit up.
Well, Horse Jizz is really fucking simple. It's literally just beer and milk.
Alternatively, they may have named it because it is just beer and milk. I don't know what the etymology is. That could go back a while, right? Like, that could be like, yes, I believe an Adios motherfucker is one of those that's designed to fuck your shit up.
No, Adios motherfucker has more alcohol in than a Long Island iced tea.
By the way, the Long Island iced tea is the sleeper hit of fucking your shit up. There's no tea in that. That's just, what is it, like 4 or 5 different shots of liquor in there?
Yes. It's, what was it? Can I actually remember? Let's see, I can't actually remember them all, but let's see, it's vodka, gin, rum, tequila, curacao, I believe.
Let's see. Well, liquor.com says the recipe is, vodka, white rum, tequila, gin, triple sec.
Oh,
Simple
triple
syrup.
sec. Yeah.
Then lemon juice, cola to top, garnished with a lemon wedge. Once again, no tea involved.
No,
Just booze and cola.
Well, like I said, it's called an iced tea because it looks like one. Because when you add the Pepsi and stuff, it adds the dark tint to it. Yeah. Adios motherfucker like doesn't have that much more, but no, they add blue curacao to that and basically swap out the Pepsi with like 7-Up or Sprite or something, like a lemon lime drink. So it gets that blue color, but it's just like half a shot more of alcohol, but technically that's a bit more.
It can be a lot, yeah. We'll discuss this more on What's Up. Tune in.
That reminds me, I need to finish watching the second potion video because I saw that in history. I was like, oh, Legend of Zelda content. I'm there.
Yeah, that one also, like, speaking about like certain techniques of coloring. Greg does some fun stuff in that one.
Like, watching stuff like that really does make me miss my bartending days. I should like start stocking up again or something.
I mean, people have debated the mixology with Lucky, but you never know when we'll get bar stories.
Sorry, I'm just reminiscing. Once I bartended for a friend, they were having a Nintendo Wii party. So I did a bunch of research on a bunch of Nintendo like themed drinks, and it was a blast. Oh god, I wish I could remember the names of some of the drinks. Oh yeah, I made a Blue Bomber. That was great.
Nice. Also, shout out to Greg for handling, I believe, both of the Cyberpunk 2077 cocktails. I think actually CD Projekt Red changed the visual look of the Johnny Silverhand based on what he did based on the recipe.
Really?
Yeah, they sent him a little care package, which he utilized when he made a Jackie Wells.
Oh, a Jackie Wells.
Yeah.
Sorry, I died a little inside.
Yeah. To this, everybody. All right, let's not crush our souls anymore. Let's crush some more people's souls. What did this person ask us? This horse daddy shenanigan.
Question. Suppose LE goes up to the event and makes a servant based around extra attack. What would that look like? Guy, I don't fucking know.
I mean, so technically, Space Ishtar has an extra attack mod on her NP, right? Like, it increases her extra attack damage? I believe that happens. Yeah, no, I think it would just be, I mean, I'd love to see the skill icon they do for that, right? But you just have a servant who gets bonus damage on extra attacks or bonus extra attack effectiveness, and then you just, I don't know, you'd probably want like your own version of the shuffle skill to like shuffle up the cards to make it more likely that you get that servant's card so you can form a brave chain, I guess. I mean, if you wanted to go powerful, give them like an NP effect to like make all their attacks count as extra attacks for like a turn or something dumb. You would probably want to make that proc on NP though, because doing that is like, even as a 1-turn skill, literally turning all 4 cards into extra attacks, that would probably be busted. Extra attacks are usually really good, guys. But yeah, I don't know what that servant would like be like lore-wise or what their other skill set would be, but it's not that hard. There's a coding for that buff already.
Mm-hmm. So with that, let us move on. Also, talking about that jet fuel thing, guys, have you ever heard of torpedo juice?
Yeah, the torpedo juice story. I was going to bring this up. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad you know this story. Why don't we save that for What's Up? We'll give that one to the little people.
Yeah.
But if you need the short version, just humans, especially sailors, will go to a long length to get fucking smashed. But okay.
So, we shall move on. This next one comes from he who has missed the deadline last week. Steve of the Paragraphs is back. least you're self-aware.
There are indeed several paragraphs.
There are. Hey, Luchador Lucky and Ornithologist Omega. I'm sorry, I had to stare at it very hard. How's the Grecian... Are you just being facetious right now, my dude? The Grecian spring breeze treating you. I magically seem to have lost all of my Saint Courts, all 100 of them, in mysterious circumstances. I have half a mind to contact the Lightburn and ask for a refund.
Well, joke's on you, that won't work.
Yeah. This wasn't the vacation I was promised. Jokes aside, I've had a pretty tumultuous week with near-death experience in the family and lots of hospital visits, but thankfully, things are looking up. Odysseus and Kirky decided to throw me a bone and came home with Odysseus being one of my favorite mythological characters, so it's definitely felt great, especially with real-life circumstances. Columbus and Freaky Fish Guy, or Giles Caster, also showed up, so neat. Hope your rolls for the best Greek boy went well. If not, you may enjoy my level 90, 10 odd Odysseus.
This motherfucker out here styling on me can't even spell Odysseus right.
He spelled it right the first time? Stay safe, y'all, and keep an eye on your health. Life's precious, and you can't roll your favorite servants if you aren't well.
Correct. But also, get Charybdis dunked on, nerd. Fucking sassing me. Well, okay, to be fair, this is the beauty of doing the mailbag call and then recording the show, is the people who submit the mailbag questions, unless they've been paying, close attention, because I did bemoan this in the middle of the night, that it happened. But if you don't pay attention, you might not know, and obviously the audience listening knows that my rolls did not go well, and I am not happy about it for reasons. But when this mailbag was written, you couldn't know, because you'd have to be some kind of future seer.
Future!
I can see the future.
So, we shall move on. This next one comes from the album that is stuck on so many things but may have died a bit during the past weekend because classic.
What's the Spanish word for rabbit?
I don't know. Hang on.
El Conejo Fuerte never removes his mask. What's that, Omega? Did you just make a Jackie Chan Adventures reference? Yes. Yes, I did.
Jackie Chan's Adventures was the best. I don't care what anyone... That's oddly enough, I think that's one of the best... Well, what do I want to call that kind of thing? Where they just insert a celebrity into a show for whatever reason. They do that on occasion.
I don't even know what you would call that. Because it's not like it's not like Scooby-Doo cameos, right?
Right.
It's a full-blown show that is allegedly about Jackie. Fictional Jackie. But, I don't know. I don't know what you'd call that. It's cool. I liked it, though. Really great.
It was great.
Is it on anything? Is it streaming anywhere?
I don't know.
Who the fuck owns that? I know, unfortunately, a lot of things that went through the Cartoon Network umbrella, that means they're owned by WB, which means they're on HBO Max.
No, I'm pretty sure Jackie Chan Adventures was always owned by WB, if I remember correctly.
It was on Netflix for a while. Terrible shame.
Shame. So, where was I? Oh. May have died a bit because of glass says, hey guys, just came to say hi and hope that Lucky feels better soon. I am okay. I have not crashed on my scooter yet.
That's good. Thumbs up.
That is good. I was going to mention something else about my scooter, but I forgot about it. So, whatever, I'm going to move on. This next one comes from the Waifu Survey Department, who says, hello, Lucky Omega. Well, it's well known that Omega is a fan of all things Ren, and Lucky's loves all things Sakura. I was wondering who your favorite Ren and or Sakura faces is. If it's one of the servants with multiple classes, feel free to pick your favorite. Sorry if this question has been asked before. Thanks and keep up the good work.
Oh, it's on Crackle. That's free. Well, it says rent on Amazon Prime, so.
I don't know if there's an old show that I'm currently... I don't know. Actually, I think I might want to go watch Static Shock for reasons.
That's got to be on HBO Max.
God damn it.
That's a fucking DC-ass show.
Anyway, my favorite Sakura face right now is Kama. I like evil ladies, okay? And literal god, and then put a parentheses S of love, who is adorkable at the best way. Tries so hard to be evil. So hard.
Yeah, See, there are only a super handful to pick through here. You could argue, with the Sakura 5, there's a lot of different Sakuras out there. Space Ishtar's 3 more characters, so I can say that and be a little bit of a cop-out. But also, you guys know me, I love Space. Space is great. Are you asking me, would I fuck Space? I don't know.
Listen, if you could fuck Space...
level 100 Space Ishtar.
Listen, if you could fuck Space, people would fuck Space. That's
I
how
know people would
just
fuck in space.
Have people fucked in space?
Well, I believe NASA has put out some research in the past, so you may wonder how they got that data. I don't know if anybody straight up said they joined the 10,000 mile high club. What's the border of space? 100 kilometers? 1,000 miles? I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, NASA has done some thoughts and feelings.
Is that in the Guinness Book of World Records? The person who had the couple that had the sex at the highest altitude from the surface of the Earth?
I mean, if anybody's admitted it to, that's got to be. No, I'm pretty sure your blood flow works in space.
Nah, usually it's your bones that have the biggest problem in space. Usually,
yeah, I don't. If there was a problem with gravity in your blood flow that stopped a boner, it would probably stop other things. And you can always fix that with a little bit of pressure in your suit. It's the bone density is the big one. Your human bones are not designed to be in null gravity.
And I know that if you stay up there too long, you start suffering from muscle atrophy. But
yeah, again, because there's no. It's just one of those weird things. Your body was not designed for it, so there's not any of the normal resistances and modifiers that keep your body parts working normally.
Ooh, excuse me. So, let us move on. The next one comes from a guy cursing whoever made schools and their EX anti-student NP. If you're talking about American schooling, especially, yes. Oh, God. American schooling is one of those things I'm all like, on one hand, I'm glad I got to experience it because, it is an experience and there's something to be learned there, but God, I wasted a lot of time. Holy shit.
Yeah, we probably need an educational system overhaul, but we got some other shit we're worrying about right now. We'll see if we get there. Deleting student debt would probably be good. As a guy who made it through college without any student debt, I'm not upset that other people wouldn't have to pay their bills back. It's fucking dumb.
Listen, I'm still 15K in student debt, and I didn't even get a degree, so...
Yeah, that's also the dog shit part, is you can... If you decide not to finish through the thing because maybe college wasn't for you, you're still left holding the bill. That's dumb. Anyways.
I can make some political commentary on that bullshit, but I shall move on. So, they say, hello guys, hope you're doing well. Question, which servants would you like to see as serious alternative? No Summers or Santas. A la Artoria, Roman, Lanus, etc. Bonus points for Lostar. Thanks for responding and helping me pass the time at work. Seeing y'all next week. Bye!
Hey, if you want to kill more time at work, what's up? Anyway, I think we said this earlier. My big one's Caesar.
Yeah, no, Caesar came off the top of my head. Honestly, I think there's a fair amount of kind of jokey characters, and they're like Blackbeard's one. But honestly, I don't want to see her against Blackbeard. I feel that would literally ruin his charm. Literally.
Yeah, I mean, the only way you could make him serious would be to go full, burning beard Blackbeard boy, which on the one hand, that would be a cool Ascension artwork to draw Blackbeard, literally hair on fire, his hair is fire.
Mm-hmm.
That would be sick, but you could just do that as a skin. Making him a 4-star Berserker or something, I don't think would actually, change a lot. You couldn't just do with some animation updates and some costumes or something, some sprites.
But, a serious alt. Ugh. Well, see, this question hinges on the fact that I need to take a not serious servant and be all I don't like them act like this. I want them to be something different. And I'm not necessarily about that.
I think Caesar's the big one just because, at least in the West, we understand he's kind of a big deal, and he's also a recurring character, but he doesn't usually get much characterization beyond, hello, I'm wearing sunglasses, I'm going to bang my hot, not Egyptian wife. Eat food, goodbye. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I respect you, Caesar. But also, I also really respect you, Caesar. Could I, do you want to talk about the Gallic Wars? You want to talk about the time you invaded Britannia? That's allegedly where you lost that sword. What about crossing the Rubicon? I don't know.
Also, you can probably say that a lot of some of the Gouda characters can probably have more serious. Again, I'm still waiting for Avenger, Yodogiri.
Yeah, I guess, oh, Night Tyranna. We'll see you later.
Laters!
Yeah, Nobu got that treatment with Mao. And even then, Mao can still be played for laughs, but also can be deadly serious, right?
Right.
So, that on Chacha would not go amiss.
Mm-hmm. Roma was not necessarily a joke character, but did have, a fair bit of levity to them. And then they came out with their SSR version.
Yeah. And I think more of that was just because, well, he was a cool welfare, and I think his kit's okay. they realized that there was a lot of lore to him, and his original design as a welfare was kind of like limited. The like Lancer full SSR version let them, and specifically let Paco flex the design muscles a little bit more, right?
Right. I mean, I was like, if you had asked me this like last year, I would have definitely have said, "Give me Lancer Groma," because I had.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think Okita's okay. Hijikata's okay. I haven't even seen Mori, so I haven't seen Nobukatsu either.
I mean, I don't. Nobukatsu is a meme made real. I don't. The fact that he exists at all is already like the memening. And pretty rad.
Pretty
We'll
rad.
see that later. That'll be later this year, though.
Yeah.
Get your friend points ready, y'all.
Himiko seems to be the standard FGO female character.
I'm gonna guess there's probably gonna be some deeper cuts there, you know, in like Japan's ancient history. But by default, she seems cool. I mean, she's got some dialogue jokes because she is supposed to be a seer of things, and they did, you know, they did an interesting thing I think with the design because obviously, you and me we're big fans of the Okami, where Himiko had a very different design, but they kind of went with a more like really really old historical style.
Oh yeah.
Should we play? I partially streamed Okami, but no. Capcom gave me some grief for that. That's why I stopped doing that. Maybe we shouldn't stream.
I haven't actually kind of give some thought of what should be our Monday stream next. I haven't come up with any ideas yet.
I mean, I got a couple in the backlog. We still got to get through Lost Legacy. I don't know how long it's going to take us. It'll be shorter than 4, but that's probably still like a couple of weeks. So we have some time to think about what we want to do. I don't think I want to commit to playing Tokyo Ghostwire that way. I'm probably going to want to play that game in my free time. Y'all? We'll see. We'll have a think. Let us know in the comments below if you've got any zingers. I could always do like I said, and I think we should play Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, so I could just go ahead and pull the trigger on that one. That's a visual novel, so that'll keep us busy. But yeah, I think we've answered the servant question as best as we can, though.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm actually trying to, like, I know usually we don't like these kind of questions of, like, you know, having to think of every single character, but like I said, we got time.
Yeah, we got some time, and we like to give it the thought. We have to let you guys know, audience, that it's hard because there's a lot of servants just like mentally cycle through. Caesar is the one that jumped to mind to me early. You know, it's kind of funny that you know, serious Lancer Ryoma exists when Lucky was asking for that because of the lore. So like, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. We did it for Romulus, you know. I mean, I don't know how this would work. I wouldn't mind if they took a second crack, like story-wise, at Artoria Lancer Alter. I feel like she's always gotten a little bit of a short stick, but I don't think a new servant release is what's needed there. I would need a new event about her. Yo, dog, give me the Wild Hunt event. That would be sick. You give me my costume for Drake. Fucking get some Artoria Alter in there. Come on, help brother out. You could even do a weird crossover. You could make it the Night Parade of 1,000 Demons, which is basically just the Wild Hunt but Japanese. Really, it's almost like it's a typological theme. There's a fucking code of mythology that it falls into. Literal, it's got a folklore code. I mean, I have seen Ket's serious face. She can be pretty serious.
Serious Jaguar Man, then?
I mean, we were talking about Valentine's if we would get another crack at Taiga. I think there's possibly some stuff there. Yeah, Jaguar Man is a joke character.
That's like it's not necessarily played, but and it is also something that like doesn't really like that is hinted at, but. Fucking Taiga's from a fucking Yakuza family, guys.
And also, she was, like, a kendo champion. Like, obviously, that's why, you know, there's some fighting out there. But, no, seriously, like, you think of Taiga as just, like, a gag. But, no, she's got some serious backstory. We could do something.
So...
We're going to wait until the Fate Stay Night remake when we get the Taiga and Ilya routes. That's when Nasu will bust that one out.
Not gonna lie, I'm just so used to standard Fate Stay Night. A Taiga route just seems kind of weird to me.
I think that's one of the things we've discussed this before. I think there was that was either a joke in the in like some of the Taiga dojos, or that may actually have been like a thing that they like planned and then they were like, nah, this doesn't work. Like we know for sure that the Ilya route like was kind of supposed to be similar to, like, it was in the same ballpark as Heaven's Feel, and they were just like, fuck it. This is too much work, we'll just roll this all together. Also, why Heaven's Feel is really dense. It's almost like Nasu wrote two roots worth of materials.
Calamity Jane is interesting because I do believe there is an alternate Calamity Jane.
I mean, that's what that art seemed to imply at the end of Saber Wars, so there could be a non-servant version of her, yeah.
I don't know if that business necessarily be the serious one, though. You know?
I mean, Space Calamity Jane is pretty dorky.
I like
she's
her
great,
dorky.
but she's... So, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, writing-wise, we may even get... I might even, was that one we already covered about the talking about? No, that might be a question for later. Sorry, I get a lot of notifications. I think somebody might have said that about some stuff later we'll wrap out to. Obviously, much like with Lancer, Arjuna Alter, I think mostly I just want FGO to acknowledge the serious versions of characters that already exist.
Mhm.
Like, I'd love for regular Medea to actually be in a goddamn event for once. And it's not like there's like a secret falling out with the voice actress or something, because she's also Carmilla, so, like, they keep bringing her back to do work. It's just, I don't know why we won't put Medea in stuff.
But Medea Lillian stuff.
Do a lot of Medea Lillian stuff. I mean, yes, Medea and Medusa are usually frequent cameos in Gouda Gouda as part of a running joke, but that doesn't count, because then she's not being Medea, she's being somebody else.
I guess that'd definitely be a question I would ask, is why don't we, like, what determines, like, heckin', like, who shows up and whatnot?
Yeah,
is there just not a lot of Medea and Medusa love at now the single?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Sony.
We remember
Sony.
We remember Medusa for glasses, which is a great, like, an iconic Medusa look, right? So,
Right.
like, that was a good deep cut. I don't know.
It's like, I feel like there's just some characters just get, like, never get, like, actual, like,
Well, yeah, like, I
time.
know, I don't agree with him, but Nasu is, like, rigid on the idea that because of Fate Stay Night, like, that is supposed to be Artoria's complete character arc in there. Archer's complete character arc is supposed to be in there, despite the fact that he keeps showing up in, like, Excella and stuff anyway. So, like, I understand why we don't really try and rehash vanilla Artoria content, but, like, I don't think... I mean, you keep using Medea Lily, so it's not like... That's a character arc that has a set endpoint, So, it's not like we can't actually use regular Medea. I feel like we can see this from Salem and from this. I think the writers have a lot of fun with Kirki. I don't know, it probably depends on where the writers are distributed. I'd love to be a fly on the wall for some of those writing meetings. I would also have to be a translator fly, though. But yeah, that's always something. I mean, I don't know, we've got the... FGO-NA's been doing some, like, what do they call it? Is it like a writing corner? But they've been doing some little things. Let me see if I can find it in the scroll back.
I know what it is, but I can't think of it. Yeah.
So, like, they posted some stuff about, like, from the artists and stuff, staff interviews. So, like, I would hope maybe we can get some writers and stuff there, because I'd love to hear more about their writing process, right?
Right.
Well, yeah. Normally you call them Dev Diaries, but FGO's Twitter has a specific branding. It's called the Break Room. They did another one, I believe, last week, interviewing a 2D artist about some Chen Gong stuff. But yes, I believe we should continuify.
We shall continue with. This episode comes from the girl who's trying out Weiss Schwartz for the first time with the Fate Heavens Field booster box. They say, have you ever played or collect cards from Weiss Schwartz? The answer is no, because cards are expensive.
Yep.
I got excited that there's an FGO Babylonia set, however the booster box for that anime is $240!
Yeah.
Please note what I said before. I looked at the number and thought, I could buy 3 $80 summon packs. Also, the started deck is $75.
Jesus Christ. And people, Dallas and I got into a long talk about, is Yu-Gi-Oh! Too expensive right now? Like, yes, competitive decks are like, $200 or $300 to get all your staples and stuff right now. It's a little bad, but like, that's not what you need to, that's not your cost of entry. That's like, you want to play real man's Yu-Gi. Damn. Is that just imports? Is that just the shipping?
I don't know.
I'm gonna fucking, like, go on Amazon and Google Weiss Schwartz. Continue reading, Lucky.
Adding the question from before, how much money would you invest into a game like this over FGO summon packs? Thank you for your time and insight. I wish you on whoever you want to summon for next. Are you talking about what cardboard game I would spend more money on FGO? And the answer is probably none.
It would probably have to be a really good game for Lucky to bite in. Yeah, no. Fuck, no. These boxes, it must be the import. Like
me,
Quintessential Quintuplets, $86. Data Live Booster Box, $84. Alternatively, they're this expensive because of all the fucking licenses they have. 7 Deadly Sins, $74. The time I got reincarnated as the Slime Volume 2, $72. Sword Art Online Alicization, $86. Date a Bullet, $36. So some of these are low. Ruby's on sale for 10% off for $61. Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel, $83. Yeah, no, this is just... Ooh. How many boosters are in a box? Jesus Christ. Like, okay, technically, I have dropped close to this much money. MSRP on a display box of Yu-Gi-Oh! Boosters is, like, $69.99, so it's about $70. I usually spread that out over a couple of payments, but, like, that's a large volume of cards, you know. You have a reasonable chance to get most commons and a decent number of foils in the set. I do not know how that correlates to White Schwartz. Also, technically, Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, you can, if you get a really rare card, you can make your money back because of the way shit is. By the way, yes, also, that answers your question. I am canonically invested in Yu-Gi-Oh! On a similar level, but I try not to be. I actually pick my purchases. This was a thing I yelled about on one of the Fail Betrayal streams we did lately. There was a, like, side set I was planning on buying a couple boxes of. Like, they come in, like, little big display boxes with a couple of boosters. I'm not going to buy as many now because I've noticed that people are price hiking it. You can buy it for, like, people are selling it for, like, $5 over MSRP, and I'm like, this set's not that good. It's reprints of, like, old garbage cards. It's just funny to buy. It's not, like, meta-defining. I don't know why the price has gone up, but it has. I think it's because they're using, like, special technology rares. They're bringing back, like, a different kind of foiling they haven't used in a few years, you know? So there's some, like, novelty. That always gets investors really up in arms. Ooh, it's a special foil. Ooh. But like, I'm a sucker, but I'm not that much of a sucker, y'all.
Reminds me, I gotta start buying my next set of Dragon Maid cards.
But like, $250 for a full booster box, like that's a lot. Like in these small boxes, like I said, I saw a single box which may be like one booster of the Heaven's Feel for like $80. That's expensive, but that might be okay for, like, what you do. I don't know nothing about White Shorts, by the way. People have mentioned it to us because I am a big card gamer guy. Like, not only do I have, like, a whole second, you know, blob of content on this channel about Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff, if you're interested. But I'm just, I've always been a fan of the card game concept. Like, as a kid, I collected, like, never got into Magic, but I collected Pokemon. I think I gave them all away, but I had some of the old Harry Potter trading card game, which was, like, super fucking broken. People have yelled about that online. Like, I've always been, like, a collectible card guy. Like, I don't know what it is about the idea of card games, but I like them.
I mean, I like them too, but I'm always leery against competitive games.
Yeah, I mean, I also understand there's a strong vibe between kitchen gameplay and, like, tournament gameplay. Like, I've never actually gotten to sit down and play miniatures games because miniatures are a very expensive and involved hobby, and I do not have the time and space. You gotta do, like, paints and, like, all this stuff, and I would have to paint because I don't even know where the nearest game store is where I could go play miniatures, but, like, it's another one of those things, like, kitchen is different than, like, going to even, like, a local shop to, like, playing in real regional tournaments and whatnot, but, yeah, I don't know. Those prices are super high, and that's, like, damn, dude, that's a lot for that brand recognition. I do shell out a decent amount of money on cardboard crack for Yu-Gi-Oh! I have technically made my money back a couple of times. I both have actually sold a couple of singles online, and I am sitting on a couple of singles which will probably never depreciate that much in price. Usually because while people will pay less money for lower rarities, if future rarities come out, the old printings of that card don't get cheaper. It's funny how that works. Yeah, this box is $600. One booster pack is $18. Damn, dude. This is a bougie as fuck game. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not about that life, guys.
No, like, I don't know if it's, like, the licensing fees or the importing, but, like, damn, dude.
If I remember correctly, this isn't the images aren't even original images. They're just basically fucking, like, cutouts of, like, scenes and whatnot, just pasted on the cards and given effects.
Yeah, like, the art on the side there is, like, that's just literal key art, right?
Right.
From Heaven's Feel. But yeah, I mean, I've heard people, like we said before, people have mentioned White Schwartz to us because it is like a weird giant anime crossover game, but I've never really looked into it. I definitely would not be interested in, like, collecting that physically because that's fucking expensive.
Oh, god damn it, that's right. I still need to buy fucking Voice of the Cards too. Damn it,
Yeah,
Uncle
that's right.
Taro! Ugh.
I mean, to be fair, I'm still behind one game. We'll see when I have time for that. I've got to, I've heard Triangle Strategy's another like 40 or 50 hours.
I mean, I'm probably not gonna be playing it anytime soon, but I did pick up I did buy Monarch today because I heard it's okay, and usually okay is okay for me.
Yeah. Even if I don't get to actually play some Triangle Strategy tonight, the card is in my Switch. It's doing like a day one patch right now. We'll probably talk about like how people have been responding to it because I have seen some of the reviews and levels, which is generally positive, but with a couple of qualifiers. We'll get that in what's up. Yeah, I don't think I mean, we could probably babble about how like Weiss Schwarz seems really fucking expensive forever, but I don't think we need to beat the topic to death. It seems pricey though. Jesus.
Pricey. And we're gonna move on. This next one comes from Bunny Girl versus a Witch who sings about piglets. Don't eat the kikion. Actually, how do you pronounce that? Kikion?
I mean, if it's an actual Greek word, you pronounce all of the syllables usually, so it would be like kaikion.
Kaikion, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Hey guys, no question this week. The only new thing is that my red mage is level 90 onto Gunbreaker. Hope you enjoy the event and may Odysseus' chest window bless your rolls.
It has.
They were not. Also, with Gunbreaker, remember, when all the chips are down, shoot yourself in the head. Super Belide is best skill. It is always best skill. So, we'll move on swiftly. This next one comes from a tarnished feminine demigod with no less than 9 arms. Why? Don't ask why. Do you know how many multi-limbed gods are deific figures there are? There's a lot. Like, you can find them in Greek mythology, Norse mythology, Hindu mythology.
That's definitely one of those, like, themes that humans are like, what if we had more arms?
Yeah. Anyway, thing I wanted to say, hey, Lucky and Mega, hope all is well, and both of you are having fun on Pillarman Island. Have a nice day. Also, NyQuil dreams are the worst. I don't remember my dream. Wait, no, that's a lie. I do remember my dreams, and they were weird, but I can't remember why they were weird.
I have big block curtains, which Lucky you'll be happy to know. We installed the actual curtain rod today.
Yay!
I no longer have a piece of conduit there. They've been really good at shutting out sunlight and stuff, so I think I've been sleeping pretty good like a baby. Nice, clean sleeping.
So, we move on. The next one comes from the Tiger Crane, literally writing in this last minute. Powerful. Question, hey, are these new Pokemon?
Yeah, these are the new Pokemon. By the way, none of these is Weed Cat, so I don't know what's going on here. Everybody knows the Sassy Green Cat is clearly the best one.
I can't even. Well, I can only remember Weed Cat design because, as always, Art Twitter got in a huff about it.
I mean, it was the clear. They're all great, but like that was the clear winner of like, oh man, there's a cool cat.
Ooh, cat. Hey, Lucky, I'm gonna butcher this, so please do not at me. Hey, Lucky Quaxley and Fuecoco Omega. No question this week, just sending good vibes as we head into the final battle of the first half of part 2. Reference is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, no, Weed Cat is the best.
I mean, I bet the red boy will be kind of funny, but like,
I mean, it's gonna. If it doesn't turn into like a giant T-Rex, I'm gonna be very upset.
I do. He's also an apple.
Ringo Rex.
That's a nice one. Oh yeah, I see. Legendary's having some other recurring problems with Horizon. NPCs do not understand the boundaries of solid objects. Physics is a mere suggestion to them. You should probably be fine if you just fucking leave and reload. Or reload.
This is why I like Radial. I'm just all like, AoE, electric damage everywhere. Everything dies.
Yeah, that's the first Valor Surge I max leveled. I'm just like, oh, what's this? I'm being mobbed by too many enemies? Die! But like I said, we'll talk about my love-hate relationship with playing Horizon tomorrow, which is later today if you're watching this on YouTube.
This is so much. All right. We shall move on. Oh, wait, no, I didn't make the good vibe sounds. I am horrible. Well, unfortunately, the moment has passed. It'd be weird now. I don't want to be weird. So this next one comes from Gahulian God. They say, in a pick your poison kind of way, would you rather be Kirky's Piglet or Summer BB / the Pele's Piggy? You must choose one or you become Lobo's smoked ham.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the Kirky one's going to work out better in the long run. I'm pretty sure BB turned me into chocolate and ate me, or did she maybe eat Hawaii? It's weird. Remember to click skip to save yourself.
I did that this year, by the way. So we're going to move on and just not acknowledge the question.
Just plays TV static.
Yep. This next one comes from he who may join a new time zone. Beware those time cockroaches, yo. Hello, Lucky and Meg. I may be moving halfway across America soon. As you're well-traveled people and have lived this experience in varied places, what advice do you have when it comes to moving far away? Thanks, and may your soul's fire be spared from fizzling out. Well, with all things, like, the first thing you should always do when moving to a new location is research. Understand the place you're going to be living at. Understand, like, the kind of stores that are in the area, neighborhoods, like, you know, you can check out, there's a lot of data you can actually check up on places.
Yep.
But other than that, it's, when moving to new places, it's like, this is also usually a very good time to downsize, I would say. Look at all your stuff and be all like, I don't actually need this. Yeah. And get rid of it.
Having not far, but having moved recently, yeah, that was a big deal. It was just like, how much of this stuff do I actually need and care about? Because when you gotta move it, you gotta move it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you know, more shit for you to take care of. More shit you have to find a place for on the other end.
Yeah, also, it's also a good time to, like, look at things and, like, do you need to replace electronics, get maybe, like, a new bed, all that kind of crazy stuff. One thing that I definitely would, like, always like to think about when I moved around is, like, what fun things are to do in the area, what's new and exciting to do. So when you move to a new place, you should definitely look around and see what interesting things are in there, because usually moving to a new place is a very nerve-wracking thing, and it's very easy to just be uncomfortable with the area. But I usually find that actually going out and just taking the plunge and doing just a few of the, you know, the local fun things, maybe go to the local, well, this doesn't apply anymore, but, you know, go to the local mall and go walk around, go check out a couple movie theaters, see how they are. Like, here, like, when I first moved here, like, as an adult, like, this was after I got out of the Navy, to, like, reacclimate myself, I went to, like, Point Defiance Zoo and checked out the animals. I checked out, you know, Ruston Beach was like, ooh, ah, you know, go around, do all that kind of crazy stuff. So, basically, do some research, take some time to, make a plan to acclimate yourself to the area, look at your stuff, and see what you what you really want to keep, what you want to replace, and what you want to get rid of. And always, like, try to, you know, make sure you have, like, additional funds on hand just in case something goes weird when you get there. I think that's usually my what I would say.
Yeah, I would also say like Lucky brought up, but familiarizing with yourself with your stores and stuff. If you're moving a long distance, you got to remember America is not homogenous, and we have, like, regional things. Like, I've mostly been, you know, moving in Florida the past couple of years, so I know a lot of our local brands, you know, like, I recognize that, like, a Publix is a grocery store, but you may actually want to, like, check out some of your local, you know, chain stores, get familiarized and, like, see what they're like, because you might not like, you know, your new grocery store, or you might like your new grocery store. You gotta, like, familiarize yourself with the brands and stuff and, like, how people handle things. Usually, I think you can find a Wally World, you know, Walmart, and you can be pretty comfortable with that. You know, Target, I believe, is fairly universal throughout the U.S., and you kind of understand what you're getting there as well. But there's a lot of little local things that, you know, aren't everywhere, so you got to figure out what's new in your area. If you have time for fast food, you may actually need to familiarize yourself. I thought it was weird when I beamed out to L.A. to visit our buddy Ron, you know, quite a few years back now. But the presence of Rallies versus Checkers. It's Checkers in Florida, the fast food chain. So, you know,
I think we have Rallies here.
Yeah, I believe it's Rallies on, like, the West Coast. Like, once you get past the Mississippi, it's Rallies. But on one side, it's Checkers. And it's literally the exact same food and branding. Just the name is different. I don't understand it. But yeah, like, that's the kind of stuff to keep your eye out for. If you... And you may want to actually, like, you know, hit some creature comforts, right? You may want to actually, like, hit some touchstones. So keep your head on a swivel for what is the same and what is different. Yeah, Hardee's and Carl's Jr. is another one.
Yeah, we got Carl's Jr. here. I definitely know that.
Just because, like, you know, if you're moving a lot, you might feel a little lost. You might feel a little disoriented. You know, like, I've been in my new place for several months now, but it took a while to get all my shit sorted. I had boxes piled for a while. Now everything's pretty comfortable, you know. Got the curtains, got a ceiling fan in now, but that was, like, something I just did. That's another thing, actually, we should say, is, like, when you get to a new place, expect growing pains, right? Like, You're not gonna remember what all your light switches do. You're not gonna, you know, have all the right setup and stuff, so you might have to get prepared to move some stuff around, fix some things, or just, you know, get used to some new placements and stuff. pay attention. If you live alone and can, consider labeling things that you don't know what the fuck they do. Whatever helps. You'll find a place. It's always funny how good humans are at adapting. Like I said, I've it's been like 6 months, I think. Yeah, that one machine just doesn't want to stay within the bounds of physics. But like I've gotten used to just meandering around the house normally. Yeah.
So with that, let's try moving on here. This next one come from Moon is wait, what do you now? I'm now soup. Man, screw this dumbass script. Damn you, autocorrect, for screwing me over. Yes, you are still soup. Question. Hello, Lucky Omega. Hope you're doing well. Considering that we have yet to see any new animation updates from JP for a while, which servants do you hope to see get one next?
Hold on. I gotta make sure I can do this correctly without breaking anything. Matahari. Hopefully my desk slam carried in over there. That's the big one. I mean, fucking Hans finally got his, it's like 2 years ago now, wasn't it? The summer we're coming up on was when Han gets his animation update. Like, Matahari's still out there. No updates. Do some shit. Like, I don't know. That is also a good point. It has been a little while since JP's done an animation update. Well, we'll probably get some kind of filler event in the second half of March, so maybe we'll get some updates. What do you think, Lucky? Anybody you're thinking you want to see get an update that hasn't been updated yet?
I'm trying to think. Let me think here. No, I think Matahari's the big one. Personally.
Other than Matahari, does anybody still have launch animations? Like, there was a buff for Phantom, but did his animations get changed?
I don't think so.
So yeah, that's probably a pretty good one. I don't think they've changed Ushi's animations, have they? Did they actually give Ushi an animation update?
I thought they gave Ushi an animation update. Because remember, she bounces off walls and stuff.
Yeah, Mary got an update just now, yeah. It was just this past Valentine's she got her animation update. So yes. Yeah, they did do Ushi. I know, people have talked about this. Jolter, I think, has some... Regular Jolter has some missed proportions on her old sprite, because it's old. Same with the old school Caster Da Vinci as well. I think has some missed proportions because the game's art style has evolved. Those don't need to be like full updates, but I wouldn't mind like a sprite refresher on there. If there's like a list of servants who still have launch animations, like who came out at the game's launch and didn't have an update. Leonidas, actually. I don't know if Leonidas has gotten one. Could probably do something cool with his. Yeah, I'm not gonna run down everybody's list, but there's a few in there. I guess we'll probably do like a big batch around anniversary, but I wonder if they'll do anything more before that. Sorry about the yawn, guys. I told you I'm a little groggo.
He's a little groggo.
And we have managed to stretch this out for, in raw recording time, over 2 hours. Yay. Golf clap, everybody.
Yeah.
That's not
Everyone remember to log in.
Yes, everybody log in. Also, I tried to golf clap. It did not pick up on my microphone at all. That'll get edited out, but okay.
So, this next one comes from 253 Crew, who says, hello, Damonette Omega and Nurgling Lucky. What does one even do with an MP4/MP5 Angry Mango? I just got my 4th copy of him, and I'm trying to figure out if it's worth investing in him. Can't stop laughing that Bieber had to cancel his performance at the T-Dome after he pulled that stolen laptop stunt 10 years ago and blamed Tacoma for it. I was security in his hallway for that show. Get well soon, Luck, and may the heart of the cards guide you, Omega. Oh, God, that's hilarious. So the T-Dome is, the Tacoma Dome, which is our, basically our performance hall. All the events usually go through it. God, I didn't know that about Justin Bieber and a stolen laptop, though. That's hilarious. Yeah, also, 253 is also the area code of most of Tacoma. So, this person's in my area. Yeah! Fuck yeah. God, when was the last time I went to the T-Dome? Fuck, I don't even know. Oh yeah, I went there for a gun show and I bought a gun!
America.
I'm
glad that America came out very well. So on the Angry Mango question, I don't know. Oh, by the way, shout out to me, guys. I just got my my 30-day bonus. Or my 50-day bonus, actually. Yeah, my 30 St. Courts. I'm recovering. And I got weekly tickets. I believe it's Napoleon tonight, though. So, while I do not have him, I will not risk being further spookled, so. But yes, Angra Manu. I mean, obviously, he's got, the Bond Up thing, which is very funny. Gonna chew through all those guys. There's some things out there. Oh, no, is it solo? I think it's solo tonight. I might be going...
Is it solo tonight? Oh, don't tell me that. I'm tempted.
It looks like it's Odysseus and Kirky.
I'm tempted. No!
Oh, it's a separate solo with old CEs. Are we doing
I got
two
all the
rolling banners?
I mean, I have all
Yeah, okay, so there are 2 separate raid-ups. Well, one of those is an Odysseus raid-up, so I got 7 tickets. I'll have 8 tickets in a second. We'll see if something happens, chat. For Angramanyu, I don't know if there's really anything crazy you can do. Like, obviously, there's grails and stuff. Arguably, his weird counterattacking niche is served better by Bazette in, only a couple of years. They kind of designed her that way. His Bond CE is very funny, because it gives you bonus damage versus beasts. So that's, coolio.
Coolio.
Well, I'm picking up a lot of old CBC CEs I never got before. But yeah, I don't really... My Angramanyu mostly sits in the back row and occasionally gets Bond EXP. So I don't have anything to input on that one. There are probably some, weird meme guides for him out there on the internet. Yeah, he has in case we haven't mentioned it, he has an interlude at Bond 10, which is very funny. That's what I talked about, so you can check that out. God damn it. That's Columbus number 3.
Oh, no.
At least he wasn't new, so it's not like it was a spook or anything. It's just, another of this fucking guy. But yeah, I think we can probably...
Move on from that.
Next
All
one,
right.
yeah.
Then we shall move on. The next one comes from Agent 418, who says, "Hello, Lucky Omega. Have a great weekend. Doot." Thank you very much. Same to you.
And lovely use of our membership emotes you can get access to. They work in mailbag as well, as addition to on live streams and in comments. Emotes. Last ticket, it is a servant. No flash anything. Oh, it's a gold card, but it's a caster. Is that NP5 Kirky? That is! Well, guys, we've gotten all the way to NP5 Kirky in one event. God, I hope... Losango, you hear me. You hear me up there. I better have at least a fraction of this fucking 4-star luck with Canis.
Oh, god damn it. I'm gonna go
Literally 1/5 of this luck will be okay. But yeah, that's NP5 Kirky, everybody. Something funny happened.
Now I have to... I have succumbed to peer pressure. I'm gonna go buy
him. I'm cutting myself off. I'm not rolling Saint Quartz, but...
Well, you technically, in everything, technically you have more money on this than I have at this moment. So...
True. Anyway, I'm going to feed all these rogue men who are not Odysseus to Kirky.
Oh, many, many piglets. So this next one comes from a Notorious Stan who says, "Gonna get you like a space cowboy. Wow, 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 wow." Greetings, Devil Z, Nissan Fair Lady Z, Lucky, and Blackbird, Porsche 930 Turbo, Omega. Hope you both are doing well. I'm sending you the good vibes. Wah, 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 wah. Question, what songs best describes your favorite servants? If you don't have any answers, you can skip. Have a great rest of your weekend. References, One Gone Midnight, Dave Rogers Spaceboy. Oh.
I mean, it's pretty easy for some of them. Like for Mordred, for instance, Mordred has her own leitmotif in APOC. You know, like they gave her a specific theme. It's pretty cool. But I don't know. Sorry, I'm trying to close FGU on my phone because I am not going to do story well in the middle of the show. Even though we could technically turn this into a final thoughts on Aeaean Breeze. That might be a little hard for the people who have been, sat here listening to us for 2 hours, though. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I do like a breadth of music, but I'm not always the best at, picking specific titles.
Well, the thing is, with me and music, I very actually rarely listen to music for, lyrics and whatnot. To me, lyrics is just another instrument. So it's more I actually, when I look up lyrics, I'm a lot of times when I look up lyrics for music along, I'm just what the fuck are they saying? Why are they saying this? This makes no sense to me.
The lyrical art is a mysterious one. Also, no, I understand that, Lucky. No, I am not currently listening to the Wellerman over and over again because I give a shit about whaling. It's because it's got a very strong vibe. You know how I am. I love space shanties. I mean, so the Darkest of the Hillside Thickets do have a song called Six Gun Gorgon Dynamo, which I like.
I do like it.
Yes, the lyrics in that are nonsense, but they're a Cthulhu Mythos inspired band. Of course, the lyrics are nonsense. It's from one of their older albums. I think I've linked it.
It was one about my my one and only Shub Niggurath.
Yeah. But also the Darkest of the Hillside Thickets have a song called Nyarlathotep, which is sung in ancient Egyptian. So they don't do anything by halves, those boys.
All right, I have bought quartz. It is time to activate Skip the Gangle. So here we go.
I don't know. Will I feel bad if Lucky gets Odysseus, or will I feel good because he spent money?
Well, that's my luck. It's always Well, that was a men. Well, yeah, that was a men roll. Oh wait, but I got actually new CEs because that's right. I didn't get all the fucking ones last year. Hey, I have all my Betavirs. All right, never fucking mind.
Rip.
Activate Skip Gang! Here we go. I got another Kirky. I think I'm gonna collect all these other CEs again.
Always be skip ganging.
Always be Skip Gang. Don't worry, this won't take too long.
No, not when you skip gang. It doesn't.
Another Kirky.
Like I said, I just need 1/5 of this SR luck. Like it's the Kirky rate up is working, y'all.
Oh yeah, no, it is a thing, y'all. Kirky, that's my third one.
Is that 2 Kirkies in the same roll, or is this a separate one?
This is a separate roll.
Okay, I did get a double Kirky in one
Fourth
roll. That's also when I
Kirky.
got spooked by fucking Columbus. Damn, burb.
Are you serious? I got 3 Kirkies in 110 roll.
Jesus Christ. Burb, burb, burb.
Let me take a picture of this real quick here. Oh, another Columbo. The burb rate up is real. Jesus fucking Christ. Another Kirky. That what is that 6 now?
Yeah, that's some rare prisms.
My last 10 spin here.
Usually weird stuff happens when we roll on camera.
Yeah, okay, so none in that last one. I'm out of quartz now. I won't say that was 80 wasted. I don't know if I got all the... No, I don't think I did. Oh, well, I'll figure it out.
I mean, you got some new CEs, which are like, you only get from rolling on retro banners like this, and you got... I don't know what your Kirky NP was before, but you got the complete package in one, pack set, so...
Let me see here.
Working.
Let me check here real quick. Let me see what my Kirky was at before. Let me...
Again,
Okay,
I can tell you guys, my Kirky has gone, thanks to this event, thanks to this rate up specifically, from 0 to 5.
Okay, yeah, so my Kirky before was MP2. Now she is MP5, and I rolled a total of 6 Kirkies just now.
Yeah, it's a lot of birds.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of birds, so I'm getting a few rare prisms out of this. Again, this is one of those things I don't necessarily feel mad over. Actually,
it's not like you got spooked, right? Like that's what I said. At least I didn't get spooked by an SSR. I did get spooked by a rare because of the fanfare, but after that one time, then this is why I'm waiting for solo days. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of glad that they did one. I mean, I still got a few more tickets to get from logins, so we'll probably see where that shows up.
I'm probably done here with rolling. I felt the urge when you did, and we're like, no, the time's now. Let me see if I got any Asclepi in there though. No.
Asclepius. That's also another reason why I can't be like, I'm a little mad, but I can't be too mad because my sneaky boy went from like NP 1 or 2 to max.
All right, so my Mandricardo is now NP5. My Giles is now NP3.
Did I see any Giles? I don't think I did.
Weird.
At least not any Caster.
I
got like 3 Columbuses over the course of this event, so like
my Columbus is now NP fucking 5. God damn it.
Oh, mine's still NP1. The Kirky ate those extra 2 ones that I've gotten.
Nom.
That's how I showed my shame at this whole event, was I just fed them to Kirky.
How dare.
Asclepius get some NP out, Mandricardo got some NPs up, everybody else, nom. Alright, well, we got a couple of mailbags left. We got a few.
We got a couple of mailbags. Sorry for the distraction, but like, Omega talked about rolling when other people talked to me about rolling.
I mean, it's not always that the show goes on long enough for it to happen during Daily Reset, right? And we had a little surprise banner. There's the news. There's apparently a banner for Odysseus and Kirky on solo rate up and old CEs if you're hunting.
Yeah, and I'm like, I do like my collecting. So
I picked up a couple of 3-star CEs I hadn't got before. So
yeah, no, so I will appreciate.
I only spent tickets right now.
Again, this is one of those things. Like, I'm not mad at this. I'm just slightly flabbergasted.
Oh yeah, no. Like I said, this is I'll be upset about this retroactively if I'm rolling for Canis and I'm not getting any of her because like I said, went from 0 to 5 on a 4-star of Kirky, who I am okay with, but was not anticipating. So we'll see how it shakes out. It could just be that desire sensor thing.
It could be. Again, like I got paid today, and you lovely Patreons, your money came through today, so like I'm not necessarily hurting, so I don't feel bad about it. I'm just like.
No, yeah, that's why I was okay with the 80 like a few days ago. I was like, well, payday's right around the corner.
All right, so
and no matter what, we aren't so much a toilet bowl YouTube channel that we're not going to get paid by YouTube for March's earnings at least. We won't. That'll be like 2-ish months from now, I guess technically, but the payout will happen for this month equivalent.
So I think I should start doing after Let's Talk FGO, just start go immediately into an FGO stream or something. While I'm in the mood.
Like a post show. I don't know. Whatever you want to do, man.
I'm thinking about it.
Let us know in the comments if you're interested in that kind of thing. Even though I know you're obviously interested in that kind of thing. I know you guys like it when Lucky streams for special occasions.
Well, Well, trust me, I swear to God, we're gonna get back to it here, but I want to talk about this a little bit because again, like oh God, I always hate like talking like negatively about like that Skeletor math fucking freaks me the fuck out. Why is that jaw going like that? Stop that.
Yeah, I don't know. The animator was that or it's sped up. I don't know. I'm gonna
But
click off this Discord window. He's frozen.
but like I said, like I've had this, creeping trepidation over the past several months that like our channel growth has like slowed down tremendously. Like we haven't even made it to 3,100 subscribers yet. We've been getting less input in the mailbag, and streams have been not had like the participation that they've had recently, and it's starting to worry me a little bit.
The streams,
So-
have definitely been kind of up and down, right?
Yeah. So I'm definitely worried.
I know we've talked about this. I will be not shy that Let's Talk like views have been low. I assume that's because our time has been low. Like I've heard that YouTube prefers it algorithmically when your content is of a certain length. That's how it knows to keep recommending it to people. So that's probably why like Wanted to do really bad. I still have enough fun doing them, and it's not that much of a hassle. But like Wanteds are like dog shit for the past like couple of months. I don't know why.
Yeah. But like I felt like in the past couple months, like our engagement has been quite low. Like I've never had like any what's the word I want to say? I'm sorry. I am trying to search through my vocabulary to actually pick out the right word. Like fantasies about our popularity and success, but there's a certain level that I've always expected, and we're falling even under that. So I'm just like,
Yeah, we've been slipping a little. It's mostly just since January. I don't know. I've heard the ad rev like actually like the payouts get smaller in January because there's less like interest in the ad buys. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if maybe just like YouTube like as a whole slows down for those first couple months of a year. We'll see. I think we got a good one. This one's gonna be longer. We've got some stuff going on in the thumbnail. It's making a bounce back. If nothing else, we'll keep so long as it's easy and none of us are starving, we'll keep yelling out content out there.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, maybe, like, I'm probably going to try probably over this weekend if I can remember. Someone should probably remind me at some point. I don't care.
I mean, that's the problem, Axe. The question of how many subs have we gained, I don't actually know. One, I think YouTube's having a problem with this, but it's because our number keeps bouncing back and forth. Right now it says we're at 3K 27, which is an improvement. A couple days ago, I think it may even, like, yesterday said, like, 24. But it still says we've lost a sub in the last 28 days, so I do not know. I don't know if I can trust YouTube's like numbers on this right now. Mm-hmm. It's being weird. But technically the number is slightly up. We haven't really gained any ground though. Like I said, we didn't make to 31, which is kind of disappointing. This is why Lucky doesn't know about this, because he has better things to do than listen to me and like 5 other Yu-Gi-Oh nerds yell about Yu-Gi-Oh. But this is something I've said with Fail Portrayal. Originally, I had some ideas for some really long haul streams to be closer to sub milestones. Like, I joked about doing a really, really long one at like 10K subs. That seems like that's forever away. If I want to actually do that, I'd probably have to make it more reasonable. So, like, I think I will still save it as more of like a sub drive when we get closer to a milestone, like, 325, 3,500, something, and I have other ideas for like lower numbers. But yeah, it's definitely been like, we possibly need to do a little juicing up, Suck the people back in, get that algorithm turning. If FGO can in a weekend jump to like number 1 from 47, we got some comeback. The audience is there, right?
Oh yeah, the audience is still there. Like I said,
we appreciate you long haulers out there. Like our like levels are usually still pretty good and fairly on point. Though again, seriously, guys, like look, do actually go back and watch last week's episode. I know it was less than 2 hours, but like it's still a good hour and 40 minutes. Okay. That one has 2 likes less than the Wanted Odysseus, which only has like 345 views currently. So that's just hilarious. I appreciate though you guys actually turning out to watch Wanted when it drops in the middle of the night and give it the likes and stuff. We appreciate those of you who are there. Remember to tell your friends though, and like sub and all the rotating stuff though, so we can keep this computer driven thing going. And I'm sorry if that was a little too much inside baseball, but we've I don't know if we really I don't know if I'd say prided ourselves, but we've always been pretty open and honest about the whole behind the scenes situation, right? Like we don't really try and shim anybody. If I'm out here asking for money, it's because I'd like to get paid, Again,
I don't know, again, this is one of those things, like, I'm gonna be real. I'm not like super like I kind of understand how the game, I'll use this term, is played in like YouTube created and stuff. But there's just some things that I like. I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses, and like there's just some things I can't do. So I gotta make the things that I can do work. And I'm just like,
yeah, it's like the shorts thing. Like, I don't even know where like, I know YouTube wants to push those to compete with like TikTok and shit. I don't even know where we go for that, right? Like,
right.
Where would we find our best 60 seconds of content to like clip out, right? I don't even know. We do so much. Like, honestly, I think our strong suit has always been that we do so many fucking hours of content. We record big, long episodes that, you know, it seems like our listener base has always really appreciated that they can dig into, like, while grinding FGO and stuff. Yeah, wanting fair compensation for my time. I know, it's a novel concept.
No, and again, like I've always mentioned this, but considering like I literally work a 9 to 5, like that, like I like a lot of times I consider that I could just, you know, just come home from work and get into a project, but God, that's tiring.
Yeah.
God, that's fucking tiring.
I mean, that's why we stopped doing the 2 stream rotation. You just didn't have fucking time to do anything.
Yeah.
And I think that like blocking it out so we stream together now once a week works very well. People get more Lucky and Omega content, and we get to do fun stuff.
We talk a lot of technical stuff, though, I realize.
Yeah, we nerd out about stuff.
I mean, go check out last week's stream where we spent like, what was it, like an hour and a half just in some old lady's house talking about all her cultural artifacts.
Yeah, no, legit, I think it was actually like an hour. Like, that chapter did not need to be that long, but we had a lot of fun, and the audience seemed pretty responsive to it, so.
But sorry about that real talk there, but again, sometime this weekend, someone remind me, I want to talk to you guys about maybe start doing some more regular FGO streams or other gacha game streams. I play a fuck ton of them.
Yeah, Lucky plays way more. I'm not very good at being consistent with gacha. Lucky plays a lot.
Yeah. Or other games. Like, oh god, I really need to get my PS3. Because, like, my game collection continues to grow. Like today, like, I got Silent Hill 2. You know, I'm collecting a bunch of classic old games here. Like, God, I'm trying to look at my thing up there, like, I have Parasite Eve 1 and 2. I actually picked up the original Yakuza 1 and Yakuza 2. I have all of the Xenosaga lanes. I got Suikoden 3 through 5. Suikoden 5 is another one of those weird ones that's fucking, like, really fucking expensive. I don't know. Like, God, let me see here. Like, I actually, like, I know we always talked about doing it, but I do actually have, like, I have Metal Gear Solid 2, 3, and 4 just on, you know, actual discs that, you know, I can pop into my PlayStation 3/4/5 and go to town with. Like, I have a lot of games that I can just pop in and play for you guys if you guys are interested.
They'll also shout out Konami, please put Metal Gear Solid 4 on something again. It's only on PS3. Like, you never did like an HD re-release. Like, please help a brother out. Sony will take it.
Actually, I wonder if I should probably restart my Dead Space playthrough. I could do that stream. I never finished that.
Yeah, it's incomplete. It's in our list.
Do I have all 3 Dead Spaces? Let me see here. Dead Space 1, Dead Space 2, Dead Space 3. Yeah, it's right between my Dead or Alive and... What is that? I can't tell. What is that? Oh, Dragon's Crown. That's right. Sorry, I was like squinting at my shelf. I don't know. Again, I'm gonna... Lucky's gonna collect some metrics from you people. You people who listen. I want more of your engagement. I want more people to be engaged with our engagement.
Yep.
That's what I desire. Give it to me. Give it.
And we'll run all kinds of gamuts to get your input, you know.
We will.
But, you know, usually chat has a decent chance of being responsive if we ask questions, so let us know in the comments first and foremost. Check out WhatsApp where we're live so you can live chat with us. We also stream on, in case you didn't know, this may be the first time it's come up for you, you know. Every episode may be new to a viewer. Lucky and I stream together on Monday evenings. Usually one of us is in the driver's seat, but, you know, we'll both be present and on mic usually, and we'll do stuff. Currently, we're playing through the remastered version of Uncharted 4, which is getting more stable views since I, instead of doing Thief's Legacy Collection, I just told YouTube it was Uncharted 4. I don't know, I guess a lot of people aren't searching for the remaster specifically. But we're probably going to wrap that one up this week and then move on to Lost Legacy. After that, we don't know. We've got some ideas. I know there's some stuff people are interested in. We've got some other things. Some people really want me to play fucking Pokemon Legends. I don't know if I've got time for that right now. I got so much shit, guys. Literally, I bought Triangle Strategy. I pre-ordered it like at the start of the week. It's here. It's in my Switch right now. And I don't know if I'm going to play it after we're done with this. I might play more Horizon. After we're done recording, I should probably check with Lucky about how much Horizon he's done. But we've been playing a lot of Inside Baseball. We have like 3, I think, left. Let's do them. Let's finish up Mailbag.
All right, here we go. Lightning round. So this next one comes from a person who procrastinates a lot. I feel that. Send the good vibes your way.
Big mood.
Big mood. This next one comes from the world of gacha games. It's tough for mobs. Mastery overly broke. Actually, I'm very excited. The next volume of that light novel comes out next week, I believe. And the other series by that same author, words of the volume 2, I Am the Evil Lord of Intergalactic Empire comes out as well. I've already pre-ordered both, along with a record vinyl cleaning kit and something else. What else did I fucking order? Oh yeah, Monarch. That's what I did, because of course I need fucking more games to play. Clearly. That's probably going to be one of those ones I just put on my shelf and be all like, sometime in the future.
I mean, that's how my Steam library is. I did it. I watched a video of somebody playing Hairbrain Scheme and Catalyst Game Labs BattleTech RPG, which, you know, they're the guys who made the Shadowrun run, so I'm like, that's cool. And then fucking Steam sends me an email, by the way, this is on sale, 75% off. And I'm like, fuck, how can I not spend $10 on BattleTech the RPG?
Oh no, that's actually me today. Guys, as a preview of what's up, I finally made good on my promise, and I bought another book. I actually bought it instead of using one of my Amazon credits because apparently, Audible, Amazon's, audiobook partner, I guess that's the best way I could say it, was having literally a 75% off site-wide sale. I was just like, Jesus.
Oh, that's dangerous. Jeez.
Yeah. It ended today, so I didn't go ham on it. Thank God. If I had known about it earlier, I'd probably be all like... But I actually did get a Mega Floralinda and the Fortified Tower. It took me...
and I think it's fair to say next week I probably will be listening to a lot more stuff because, one, Triangle Strategy is different, but also I've, yet again found a new YouTube channel and, chewed through their backlog over a week, so I don't know how many more how-to-drink videos I have to watch, so I need something new to listen to while I wander the wilderness of Horizon and hunt... I don't know, what am I looking for these days? Fucking Dino T-Rex, Robot T-Rexes.
Thunderjaw.
Robot Triceratopses. Actually, no, I built that over right. That's okay. Sad you can't ride them, but that's still cool.
Listen, riding the fucking Claw Striders, the Raptor, it's great. They're slow, but I think things just don't want to fuck with you.
Yeah, I have not obtained that ability yet, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to find. Is that I know there's a cauldron that's story-related. Is it the story one, or is it one of the freeballing ones?
It's one of the freeballing ones.
Okay.
I think
last night I stopped before I investigated New Cauldron, so...
I believe it's the top one? Listen, I'm gonna talk...
That might be the one I'm close to. The map is big, y'all.
It's really big! There's a lot to fucking do! Jesus!
And they make you cover it. Hey, Lucky, spoilers for What's Up once again. You know how you talked about last week how you were going for Aether and then you did the thing and talked to the guy and he told you to go somewhere else?
Yeah.
Even though I knew that would happen, I still did that first bit and I'm like, I'm going back to Vegas. I'm going to go do Poseidon. I did the Poseidon quest enough to get the mask, and then I left, and then I went through Aether, and then he was like, now you must go to the uncharted north. And I'm like, fuck you, I'm not doing your errands. I'm going to go deep diving. And then plot happened, and that plot bit was a nail biter, actually. Listen, we're going to...
Oh, yeah,
you guys better be ready for us to talk about Horizon for a long time to come, because this game is dense, y'all.
Yeah, no, that's the thing I was all like, I can't talk about this. For reasons.
Yeah. But okay.
All right.
I think we have one left.
No, I haven't even got to the question on
this wasn't the question. That's right. We just Loki got distracted by light novels, because as he does.
Yes, I did. That's how I do. But they say, prologue, I lied down.
Grammar.
Firmly gripping my mobile phone, excited for day one banner. First 10+1 spin, expecting helpful craft assistance for farming. Grateful for the luck, but disappointed beyond belief. I stare upon my equation of Arjuna and Karna together on a roll. Powerful. Graced by the spice, 2 tenths for any mortal. The last word spoken, bellowing to the heavens above. La Sanga! With a broken heart, it's the pain on my face. I follow the guide to the next world. Oh, that's the, They actually referenced I'm the evil overlord. I'm the evil overlord of Intergalactic Empire, because that's how that worked too. Nice. High five, man. You have impeccable taste in light novels.
Neat.
Oh man, I gotta reorganize my shelf. I've been doing the fortunate thing where, I started doing what you do, and books that light novels I haven't read, I just stack next to, because I finally got myself a little end table, and I just stack all the books I haven't read there. and just chew through them. But unfortunately, I'm having this habit where once I get done with the book, I just stack them on the bookshelf kind of haphazardly, and I haven't actually organized them. I'm like,
yeah, it's sitting on my shelf because I haven't had free space to put it, but I can't look at my bookshelf right now because I keep being mocked by the latest L5R novel To Chart the Clouds, which is just sitting there unread, and I'm just like, yeah, I bought that. Yeah, I should sit down and read it when I don't have like 4 60-hour video games plus to play. Games. So many video games. Okay, last one.
Last one. This last one comes from a hunter searching how to cure a curse. Heyo, Mobile Gundams. Excuse me. Mobile Gundam Suit Omega and Neon Genesis Ava Lucky. I guess that's fair. I definitely like Ava more than you do.
That is correct.
Other than the disaster of a banner Odysseus has been for many, I hope both of you are doing well on this nice weekend. And if, that's one word by the way, Gacha is being shit, hopefully it gets better as we close in on LB 5.2 and Castoria. Though I have to ask, do you guys believe in curses with Gacha? Because I'm starting to believe I am cursed with shit luck, specifically for Greek male writers from the Trojan War. Aren't there only like 2?
Yeah, I mean,
correlation
does not equal causation, but yes, there are a couple of writers, if they've both been bad.
There's Achilles and Odysseus.
Yeah, that's what the question says.
Yeah. Both Achilles and... Oh, it does go on. Both Achilles and Odysseus have been some of my worst banners when going for the rate-up SSR. Both roll sessions started off with a spook of another male Greek SSR unit, followed by 2 spooks of the exact same SSR, Talamo in one case, Jiangling in the other, and lastly ended with a 4th SSR spook before the raid up. I feel like I've gone shit luck on our banners, but no 2 banners were pretty alike in this fashion. I'm starting to believe that I might be cursed on this end, and as such, I shall shake thy fist at Poseidon.
Don't shake my fist at Poseidon. I don't want to be cursed. Shake your fist at him.
Also, if you pisses him off that much, just go blow him up. You can do that. That's the thing you can do in this game.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I didn't think of it earlier, but they actually played the like underwater Atlantis theme for some of the stuff in the like preview for the new CBC event.
Oh really?
Yeah. I
don't remember that. My memory's shite anyway.
I was only for a couple of seconds and it was subtle, but I was like, oh yeah, they're doing the song, jamming.
As to this question, I mean, if you're cursed, then I'm cursed, because I literally can't get an SSR until I spend money. It doesn't matter how much I save. Like, if there's something on a banner I want, I'm not getting it until I spend like $200 to $300. Like, that's why because honestly, that's one of the reasons why I'm not mad about like not getting Odysseus and $80. I'm like, I don't get SSRs like usually that quick. Sometimes I do, but the average for me is roughly around $200 to $300. So I'm just like, meh. And I could have like 900 Saint Cores before then. Not that I ever do, because I am horribly, horribly irresponsible with making sound financial decisions. But yeah, like, I'd get everything but I want, and then the moment I put in money, be like, here you go.
I've had a couple of responses like that. I don't know. Obviously, you can believe in luck, fate, curses, whatever. As I said, correlation does not equal causation, but, as a guy who did pretty good at studying stats, it's still very fucky, right?
Right.
So, I certainly think that summers are my most chaotic. Like, that's where I have the craziest shit. Like, fucking... I got 2 Musashis, and before I got a Carmilla summer, like this last year, obviously the thing with Summer Mordred and the 3 fucking Tamamo Lancers, right? Like, that's usually summer is where my most chaos. I still got like fucking nobody from year 2 summer banners, other than I've gotten, I think, like NP4 or 5 summer Nobu, and that's it, right? Like, So I definitely feel like, I don't know if it's just, the time of year, the money situation. I know for Summer 3, I did have to shell out money for Maeve, and I did get my Summer BB before Maeve, as I predicted, right? Like, it's always a little weird. So I definitely feel like there are some banners that feel like, I call them cursed. I don't know if that's what you said, but there's times when I'm like, no, the numbers are not right. Like, I've done rolls on banners, and they have been bad, and I'm just like, no, I'm going to back off. It doesn't feel right. Like, I don't know what you want to call that, but that's just... some banners give you vibes. We've talked about this before. Lucky's policy is when the banner gives him bad vibes, he just smacks it with a hammer. And the hammer is his wallet. We've definitely said this. I think this was like last week we talked about this, where like my response when that happens is usually I get dejected and I get really sad and I don't spend money. Lucky gets mad. Like, he gets angry at the banner taunting him, so he will brute force it. I am not usually that pissed off. I was this tilted this time with my tickets. That's why I spent money on Odysseus, because I was like, all right, okay, you. And then FGO was basically like, called my bluff, and I'm like, well, shit, here we are.
You called my bluff.
Fuck, what do I do? Like I said, I'm not really upset. Like, it's not like I got spooked by another SSR. It's just like, you called my bluff, and okay. Well, we're here. So yeah, I definitely do feel like there are times when the banner, when the RNG isn't quite right. You gotta let it sit. Even if it's maybe like, even if you are gonna spend money. I mean, Super Musashi is just like, I don't know what the stats are on that, but that's another bad one, yeah. It's a good image, yes. The star's another reposition for this tribute. Stars, can't do it. Not today. Definitely feels right. Yes, though, if you don't know, I have abysmal luck with Saber Musashi. That is another servant I have straight up spent, I think more than $80 altogether. I definitely bought at least one 80 pack for Musashi, like at New Year's it didn't go anywhere, and then I think I spent later, but yeah, it was bad. No results yet. Unlike Odysseus, she's not permanent, so I can't count on that spook someday. But like other times, like shit's crazy. I mean, like I've gotten amazing ticket luck. I still talk about 2 Teslas, 6 tickets, right?
Right.
I was rolling for Lancer Alter, by the way. That took me like 6 months, I think, to accomplish on a different rate up. I got like Sigurd off tickets or singles, just rolling for funds. I don't know. I think that ultimately, as with most math, the stats will tend to balance themselves out. It's just a question of like, where does that balance favor like servants you're trying to roll versus just generic servants, right? And honestly, that's probably why they eventually, figured out and implemented a pity system. That kind of like, the idea is that massages the number so you start to get more of the servants you want rather than just any old servant. But yeah, there you go. There's our deep dive on statistics.
Yay.
Hey, I think we're going to cross 3 hours of raw audio anyway.
Sick.
And that's mailbag.
Yes, it is.
So, our next bit is the free talk. Robin's going to have actually, no, Robin will have a field day because all of, whatever that was, all of that is just mailbag.
Thank you, Square Enix, for just giving me the sauciest figures. Hang on, I was thinking about things I need to spend money. I was like, oh yeah, wasn't there some things I wanted to buy on like the Square Enix store? And this is just there. I'm just all like, okay.
So, I mean, yeah, no, that's I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That tracks.
I'm like, sick. I want it, but I don't have the space for it.
Not right now. But yeah, so in free talk, I have listed here Aeaean Breeze impression. So obviously, technically, 45 minutes ago, the final story content, at least I'm pretty sure. There might be an epilogue as well. I don't know how much we can do tonight. That dropped. We have been recording the show contiguously, so I haven't done that. And I don't, not everybody is available to do all things. So yeah, we'll avoid like speed reading that for the sake of our audience. If you have to have not done it over a couple of days. But let's talk about our overall impressions of this event. Obviously, it's pretty simple. It's like 1 or 2 quests story locked each day. But it's got a very intense focus on both Odysseus and on Kirki.
Yes.
First of all, I'm feeling that strong vibes on Kirki. This definitely does a lot more for her characterization than Salem did.
Mm-hmm.
They have these lovely little weird, like, Greek urn-style cutouts for flashbacks and stuff.
That's very lovely.
Yeah. So they go pretty far. That's good. Gives her a lot in there. I mean, I really do. Kirki, like, wine auntie vibes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Literally getting smashed and yelling about Odysseus to Medea Lily, right? Like, and the way she's introduced in the event, just lounging on your bed, being sad, and Mash is just like, Kirki, what are you doing here? I don't have my gun yet, but by God. So it's, I mean, I wouldn't say she is emotionally unstable.
Yes, Axe, it is wrong. I don't know where you're making this judgment call from. It's like people, have a hard time maybe sometimes getting over their love of their lives or something. Or
also,
have feelings
Kirki is literally not emotionally unstable. She uses magic to stabilize those emotions. She is perfectly on even keel. But yeah, so there's a lot of Kirki work done in this, which I appreciate, especially now that mine is NP5.
Yay.
It does kind of, I've talked about this in the Wanted, but I think that our sources for like Kirki and Odysseus that FGO goes back to is very direct. We go back to the Odyssey and the Iliad, right?
Yep.
Kirki in the story is very consistent in referring to Odysseus as a man made of iron.
Yes.
Which is, I think, a pretty apt description. The dude is a classic determinator. He wants to go home. Like, even when Kirki is like, that's one lost play. A lot of people bring up the Telegony because it's funny, but it's like, it's literally one play that wasn't even cool enough for people to actually, like, keep writing down and remember. It's fucking gone. So, and also that would not be, it was not, the Telegony was not Homeric. That was a, much like adaptions like Medea and Iphigenia, Oedipus Rex, that was later Greek playwrights. That was a different artistic culture than the actual epic poetry, which was the Iliad and the Odyssey. But yeah, no, like, I like this characterization of Odysseus. It seems fairly mythologically consistent, and also, you know, just it feels okay. Like, he's just kind of a dude. He's like, I want to go home. I want to go home and see my wife and my son. It's where I belong at home. I have been at war. I want to go home. And, like, everything as a servant, he seems to kind of take everything, you know. Sure, he takes it with a grain of salt, but, like, he lets a lot of stuff, like, roll off his back, right?
Right.
Yeah. Even though this whole thing is, like, some Parent Trap tier shit, thanks Medea Lily.
No, it's because she's a witch. And that's what witches do.
Yeah, part of that is self-image.
Mhm.
I mean, the way I interpret a lot of Kirki's, like, witchiness is she is a immensely powerful individual. She is, you know, the witch queen of the island of Aeaean. It says this in the dialogue. She literally doesn't want for anything. She can just, by the power of magic, have whatever she fucking wants. Which arguably that does tie into, this was a later commentary. I think this might have been in, like, not Homeric sources, but in parody or later, talking about how Scylla was actually Kirki. Like, she was just a sea nymph, and then not, like, was Kirki the same person, but, like, that was her fault. But she was interested in another guy, and then Kirki was like, "Nope, fuck you." So,
Well,
I mean, yeah,
even in the real story, it's implied that they fuck, but not necessarily that he has any real.
I mean, it's loosey goosey. He's staying at her house for, I believe, like a year. That's nothing compared to the fact that the goddess Calypso keeps Odysseus as her boy toy. The Legendary, I literally just talked about how the Telegony is not, like, that's fan fiction and also is lost. We literally don't have the original play anymore. We have some commentators from around the time, so we understand what the plot of a couple of acts were. And I may actually talk about that sometime if I ever do a FSF on Telegonus. But yeah, that's somebody posted a meme that's been rolling around directly talking about the Telegony and how it ends in a very fanficky way where Telegonus, the son of Kirki and Odysseus, marries Penelope, and Telemachus, the son of Penelope and Odysseus, marries Kirki, and Kirki makes them all immortal. They just hang out on the island forever. It's really weird. This is probably one of those Deus Ex Machina things. Like, oops, I've killed a classic Greek hero, and now everybody hates each other. How will I fix this?
Everyone gets married.
Everybody gets married.
Well, the thing I was actually going to mention about you know, witchiness is a lot of, like, God, like, it's not necessarily just a Greek, but a lot of old myth really likes having, you know, specifically women as, you know, mystical mistresses of magical powers and whatnot, and often really never actually justifies why they just can do shit. They just can, usually because it's some weird plot point. Like fun fact, fucking Asterios' mother, you know, the wife of King Minos, what was that, Pasiphae?
Yeah, Pasiphae.
Pasiphae, you know, the one that, you know, fucks a bull, was actually a super powerful fucking sorceress, in her own right, and to keep her husband from committing acts of infidelity would make him fucking, you know, jizz serpents and scorpions via magic. It's just one of those things of why? And, you know, it's just one of those things that just is never, like, actually...
And I would say that some of... Sorry, we've been talking a while.
Yeah. Sorry, I was doing this really intense lean back, so I might have been a little quiet there.
No, that's fine. I got something in my throat there a second. But,
Snakes and scorpions? No,
there is some of that is connected to the relationship of the goddess Hecate, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hecate is, well, first of all, she's the triplicate goddess, women's mysteries, all that stuff. But she was straight up associated with herbalism, magic, witchcraft, sorcery, necromancy kind of a thing, right? Like, no, there's a lot of powerful women in Greek history. I mean, the Romans were definitely more of a jock thing. I've talked about that before. But, like, and to be fair, some Greek legends about women, like, what was the guy? I would have to check the OSP video. The one of the tellings of Pandora is really bad. But, like, Athena, you know, major goddess, founder of Athens, you know, so, like, there are definitely some interesting aspects. Artemis has a lot of agency, though, again, some of that may have been her, like, eternal maidenliness. It's kind of hard to tell, like, if you think about, like, powerful Greek goddesses, like, Aphrodite and Hera do a lot of things, and it's really hard to understand now in a modern context, what did the Greeks mean by this mythology, right? Like, when Hera goes fucking up mortal shit because she can't fuck up Zeus's shit, are we supposed to sympathize with her? Are we supposed to think she's going overboard? Are we supposed to think this is just the natural order of things? Like, what does that mean? I don't know. I'm not that, like, super deeply read in interpreting Greek mythology. You know, I do know that there are a handful of positive female characters in Greek mythology. Homer has a few. There are quite a few characters who are, like, trying to mind their own business, but can't because myths happens to a lot of people.
Again, like, I'm gonna point at Medea as being a example of this. She was just minding her own business, and then Aphrodite just slapped her with the love, and was like, now she's gonna go kill all these
Aphrodite
people for her
solving
man.
everything with shipping.
Yeah.
Punch my mic arm there. But definitely the association of the thing there is that with, like, Kirke and Pasiphae, who Pasiphae is Kirke's sister.
Yep.
That's why the auntie thing happens with Asterios.
Yep.
And so on. But, like, they're associated with Hecate. And I'm trying to find. I really wish Wikipedia would just give me the possible genealogy as a chart rather than making me read the article. I know that depending on the source, Kirke is supposed to be the daughter of Helios, which I think is what we go for in FGO, but also in certain interpretations, she was the daughter of Hecate herself and Aeetes, the king of Colchis, which would also, you know, be the same line as, like, Medea. So there's, like, a lot of stuff out there.
Sorry, I'm reading, like, I actually, like, pulled up the Wikipedia on Kirke. I'm doing skinky, and it's like, Kirke was taken as the archetype of the predatory female. I'm just like, Jesus. In the eyes of those from a later age, this behavior made her notorious as both a magician and a type of sexually free woman. My guys.
Well, I mean, you got to think about Christianization, right? There's a lot of weird
stuff.
I
know.
Red talks about this in her Aphrodite video about how it's a little hard to separate the Christian context from the Greek context for, like, certain forms of Aphrodite, like, what is it? Aphrodite Aurania, the heavenly Aphrodite, because, you know, Christian mythology and scholars collated Aphrodite with the Virgin Mary. It's a real tryhard, guys. You shouldn't do it. I guess also Telegonus is a famous one. I'm kind of shocked that our fan base hasn't brought up the character of Latinus, which was supposed to be a son of Odysseus, and is mentioned in Hesiod's Theogony as the source of the Latins, the Etruscans. But that's all, like, split sources.
Shit, that's fucking right. Kirke made the Scylla.
Yeah, I told you that. She's like, there's a lot of stuff there.
Listen, I forget things.
No, it's okay. I think the funny one here is, like, depictions even in classical times, you know, diverge from detail of Homer's narrative. A lot of people specifically interpret her as a cautionary tale against drunkenness, which I could see. Like, okay, if you think about the original Homeric context of Kirke, she is the queen of an island where she lives by herself. And she has a magic item she turns her enemies or those who offend her into animals. Okay, fair enough. And the general idea, like, that, FGO goes with is just, she does that kind of because she can, but also because she feels like it's expected of her, because Kirke has some cool lines talking about, like, her power and stuff, drawing on the power of Medea and whatever, right? So, like, it's good, you know?
Jesus, Wikipedia has this whole section on the sexual politics of this. What the fuck?
I mean, if you think about it in a classical sense, there is a lot there. Like, Kirke is just like, yo, hey, warrior king man, you're on my island, let's bone. And Odysseus is like, Okay, fine.
It's like, can I go? And she's just like, no. And he's like,
Fine.
okay.
Well, at least Hermes bailed, Grandpappy Hermes, great-granddad actually, but yeah, bailed me out of, being turned into a pig, so my boat, I can't sail my boat alone, god damn it. Homer describes Kirke as a dreadful goddess with lovely hair and human speech, so good with words and great hair, thumbs up.
Hey.
Apollonius writes that she, just like every other descendant of Helios, had flashing golden eyes that shot out rays of light. Are Kirke's eyes golden, FGO? I believe they are lightly colored.
They are lightly colored, but where's my Kirke eye beams?
That'd be a great sprite. Lives on the island of Aeaean. Homer's vague, of course. Apollonius of Rhodes in the Argonautica said that it was somewhere south of Elba. There's some interesting vibes here about the Argonautica, where fucking King Aeetes says that apparently Helios dumped her on the island. So there might be some. Maybe she's antisocial for a reason. Oh, they have an origin for the molly plant, which is what Hermes used to make Odysseus immune to Kirke's effect. Apparently, a giant tried to roll up to her island, and then Helios booped his snoot, and from his blood created molly. So yeah, it just seems like, I don't know, there's a lot of, I guess it's because, it's probably because they are like an archipelago nation. Like, there's a lot of vibes, right, that like, that, you know, it's like how we have our like European has that archetypal fears of forests, right?
Oh
like
yeah,
a lot of
forests
European
and
folklore
all,
and even North American folklore.
forests and all the
woods.
big scary things that can live in it.
Yeah, Greece seems to have not only had some of those, like with Arcadia and stuff, but does seem to also have like, yo, you don't know what's on the next island. There could be a witch there, right?
Yeah, I guess. Because now that I think about it, there seems to be just a lot of lonely sorceresses that's just living on islands.
And there's also other weird shit. Like, I talk about this in The Wanted. Like, Odysseus finds every fucking horrible, wacky island. The fucking Cyclopses live on an island, you know, even though their dad is Poseidon. Maybe that's why they live on an island, you know, so they can be close to dad. There's the Lastrygonians, the cannibal giants. The Lotus Eaters live on their own island. It seems to be that Homer's emphasis is like, oh, that's a great joke, X. Lonely ladies on nearby islands waiting for you. Click now. Yeah, sounds about right. But like, yeah, there definitely seems to be some interesting things. Now, in the Argonautica, like, they do some interesting stuff. Like, Jason and Medea roll up to her house, and she's just like, "Yo," and they're like, "We killed the dude," and she's like, "Okay, I can fix this, but you got to go." It's interesting. This does track. One of her Homeric epithets is polypharmacos, knowing many drugs or charms.
Yep.
So there's a lot of alchemy emphasis here. Man, we've really gotten in the weeds, but we're trying to unpack this. I think FGO does a good job of going back to the sources, like the original Homeric sources. They seem to ignore some of the. I think FGO also leans pretty heavily on the Argonautica, but they seem to ignore a lot of like later sources, which are like, oh, she had, you know, one or more sons with Odysseus who went to go found other things, because it doesn't fit the original narrative as well.
I kind of feel like FGO Kirke is trying to maybe avoid some hot button, I guess, for lack of a better term, issues with Kirke's character and whatnot. Like, yeah,
there's a lot of baggage tangled up in her character over history. I don't know how much like Japan would care about that kind of stuff, but I'm sure that the research team at FGO headquarters would find some of these things and probably be kind of like, man, there's a lot of controversial thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, I think that one guy who blew his stack over Kirke, like, he needed to do what the kids say these days and touch some grass, y'all. Big touch grass moment. But, like, in the narrative of the story, Kirke does straight up say that Odysseus is her first, like, real love. Like, the one dude she couldn't have was the one that she was, like, entranced by. And after, you know, kicking and screaming in tantrums, fairly consistent with her FGO characterization, you know, because she's been living on an island on her own all the time. Do we need to... I'm wondering if the root of our problem is, do we need to have a conversation with Helios here? Bruh.
I mean, that means you're just trying to have a conversation with a god, and that's a bag of worms.
I know. That's the whole... We talked about the Hera thing earlier. It's a whole thing. It's a you know, unless you're too angry to stop, that's not a conversation you can have. For instance, Achilles, literally so mad he fought a river god.
A bloody river god.
Well, yeah, the river god was angry that he made so much blood, and Achilles was like, fuck you!
My man toy is dead!
I am angry! I believe it was Diomedes as well who, hey, guess what? I rewatched OSP's Iliad and Odyssey video to try and catalyst for Odysseus. It did not work. I tried. But I think it was Diomedes who threw a spear through Aphrodite's wrist when she tried to pluck Aeneas off the battlefield. And she was just like, no, that hurts. And then Ares was like, oh, shit, I'm going to get angry. And then Athena was like, don't do that. Shut down. Sit up. Shut up. Sit down. Go home. I like how, I don't know what it is about Ares, but the Greeks and their non-jockiness really comes through when they, like, hardcore dunk on Ares, right?
For a god of war, he doesn't seem to do much, honestly, now that I think about it.
I think it's because this is a talk about a lot. Like, Athena is a war goddess as well, but she is, like, a strategic, highbrow goddess of war. Like, she's the nerd's goddess of war. You know, she's triangle strategy. Ares is, like, Call of Duty. I stroked my chin a lot when I did that, by the way. And I'm, like, a big fan of Athena as well. But, like, it definitely feels like the Greeks were, like, I don't know why he was part of the pantheon, but there's a lot of, you know, sources for things that they don't always control. But, like, the Athenian and, like, pan-Hellenistic Greeks were really down on Ares. And obviously, the Romans were not so much because that he turned into Mars, who is one of their arguably founding deities.
Yes.
But I also discussed this in the Odysseus 1 because, hey, the Greeks did not think Ulysses was cool. Because not the Greeks. The Greeks thought Odysseus was great. They loved him as a culture hero. The Romans were upset about Ulysses because they were jocks and Greeks were nerds. But yeah, the Wikipedia about Kirke is like so long and has so many fucking things. I think this does a good idea of fleshing out like how FGO treats Kirke and what our sources are here. It was good to get this. Most of this, I think, is a pretty decent, like, grasp on the character from the classical. I'll have to see. I'll have to complete the story. Some people said they talk about, like, comparing her to Calypso. I don't know about that. Like the Calypso thing you got to remember was Odysseus was straight up shipwrecked. That was Zeus blew up his boat because his men killed Helios's cattle. Right.
Even though Odysseus said, hey, man, don't go kill those cattle. I'm going to go take a nap now.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think even... Oh, no. That was the underworld. He talked to, I think, Tiresias, the prophet, and Tiresias was like, yo, dog, don't kill any cattle. And Odysseus was like, got it, thumbs up. And then his men, I try to feel bad for Odysseus' dudes, because, like, they all fucking die, but I also don't feel bad for those motherfuckers. They just constantly cocking it up.
God damn it.
You get the magical bag of winds, right? We open it, we're almost home. Oh, shit, I think there's gold in the bag. Odysseus is just like, why the fuck would there be gold in the bag? It's a bag of wins. Come the fuck on. We were literally home.
All right, this made me laugh.
What the? Plus, are you okay?
I don't know.
I'm not even going to unpack that one. But, like, Odysseus' men get him in so much trouble.
Yeah, they do.
I do believe LaPlus was going to do an English stream with Callie recently. If that's already happened, that might be a reference to that. Anyway, but yeah, so, like, the event has a really good job of explaining Kirke to us, but as you may have noticed from the fact that we have gone on a fucking 15-minute, 20-minute diatribe about Kirke, she's a complex character with a lot of historical context, so FGO can only do so much before they, like, just crawl up their own ass and die, right?
It's true. Like, honestly, like, I think there's definitely more characterization to be said here, but honestly, I think I got a good grasp on Kirke's character. Back in Salem, she's kind of like, you know, she's kind of a, you know, a slightly evil woman who will use, you know, spells and magic and maybe poison sometimes to get what she wants. And what she wants is, you know, quote unquote, the hero. So.
Yeah. Her kind of, you know, the pig obsession seems to just be that, like, that's her power over people. And I don't want to read too much into Homer. I don't know if Homer meant this as, like, a cautionary thing, because keep in mind, guys, like, in the Odyssey, and as also seen in this event, her parting with Odysseus is almost cordial. Like, in the Odyssey, it's like Odysseus is like, listen, Kirke, I've been telling you for, like, a year. Yes, I know we bang and we drink wine, but, like, I really need you to turn my dudes back into dudes so they can sail my fucking boat. I have to go home. Like, and you know, this event doesn't shy away from the, like, messiness of that dialogue, right? Like, there are direct quotes, like, Kirke tries to be like, no, dude, your wife's definitely married somebody else by now. And Odysseus is like, hey, if she's moved on, that's cool. But I gotta go home. That's where we belong. I have to, like, just see her and, like, establish the contact. And, you know, that is how Odysseus do.
Man of iron.
The dude is shipwrecked like 3 fucking times. It's.
He is the solid snake of the matter of grass of Greek. Excuse me, matter of grass.
Touch grass. Odysseus tells Kirky to touch grass.
Kirky's like, no, I want to touch ass.
I want to touch the boob window. I would not mind seeing that scene where they had to do a fucking laser waltz. All Medea's Lily's idea, obviously, as well. But yeah, this event does and also, this is another important thing. This event does a really good job of reminding people what normal Odysseus is like. Like, Lost World Odysseus was all of Odysseus's, like, stone cold badass parts turned up to, like, 11. He didn't have that literal emotional core that regular Odysseus does. And as a result, he was kind of like...
To be fair,
Lost World Odysseus was would you fair to say that he was all work and no play?
To be fair, do you think normal Odysseus isn't all work and no play?
I mean, yeah, no, like, there are some moments of levity in this event. Well,
that's the thing. That's the thing.
Smiling.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't think necessarily Lost Belt Odysseus was necessarily different than his actual counterpart, because remember, when we face him, we're facing him as his enemy. You don't crack like his type of character. You wouldn't necessarily expect to crack, joke, and smile with your enemy necessarily. He has a job to fucking do, and he's a man of iron. He does not bend.
Yeah, I mean, it is still a plot point in Lost Belt 5 Part 1 that, like, the missing X factor, the reason why Odysseus can't beat us is because he forgot to account for emotion, which is, like, I think we can see from this event is not quite how normal Odysseus works. Like, he is tactical, he is strategic, but he has a strong emotional core that, like, drives him.
I think Axe has a good way to say it. I think the guy can chill while the Lost About him can't. I guess that's fair.
Yeah, no, it's like, we see that this Odysseus can relax. He can crack a joke, crack a smile. I literally don't think they ever showed that smiling face sprite for Lost Build Odysseus. He kept the helmet on most of the time, right? Like,
that's true.
He was, well, yeah. But also Odysseus fucks it up by being like, haha, you say it was nobody who defeated you Cyclops, but it was I, Odysseus. And then Poseidon is like, what's that? Odysseus is causing trouble in my neighborhood. Odysseus is trying to ship figurines back to Ithaca. Water. Sploosh.
Listen, Poseidon...
I think that is like the last time Odysseus has like that is the one time that Odysseus himself truly fucks up, and then most of the time he just doesn't anymore. He learned his lesson.
Poseidon wants his cut of figurines, yo. He's still collecting today.
Yeah. You gotta pay the sea's bounty. Oh. Sorry, just the Wellerman played in my mind. But no, I think this event has really good writing in terms of establishing, like, Kirky's character on, like, deepening, I should say. Not establishing, but deepening Kirky's character on her own. And establishing kind of our Odysseus' character and how he rolls, like... And he just seems like a normal dude who, now that he's dead, he's just like, bygones is bygones.
Whatever.
I believe his dialogue reflects this as well. Like, if he meets even heroes who served on the Trojan side, he's just like, oh, hey, no, don't worry about it, we're cool. Like, which makes sense. Odysseus did not want to fight that war. He literally pretended to be a lunatic. The only reason why he didn't was because the mythological Palamedes realized that Odysseus was faking, and to test him, he put the baby Telemachus in front of Odysseus's plow, and Odysseus had to stop. He had to call it off. Don't worry, Odysseus gets that guy back. He fucking frames him as a traitor, and the Greeks, like, stab him in his tent. Don't fuck with Odysseus, y'all. Also, don't fuck with Odysseus' kid. I think that's like the 2 times Odysseus has gone full-blown murder hobo. Was like, the dude's in his house trying to murder his kid and bang his wife, and then Palamedes, buddy of Agamemnon. Like, all other times, Odysseus is always the reasonable guy. Like, in the Iliad, if you need something accomplished and you need it done, like, smartly, Odysseus is like, I'll do it. What's that? We need Achilles to win the war? All right, I'll go to Skira. Now he's hiding amongst the girls. I got a plan for this. What's that? Achilles is dead. We need his son. I'll go get him. I remember where Achilles left him.
Clearly, we need an archer, Odysseus. Well, how strong did they say his bow was that he had to fucking bend?
It was theoretically a recurve bow, so it was like only he could string it and draw it, and he shot it through like, was it like 30? No, not 30. More like 10, 12? It was a lot of axe heads. He fired it through a lot of axe heads. He was the only dude who could do this. And then he just murders like 70 dudes.
Yes, with that bow.
Yeah. He like shoots them through, and they're like, gasp, and then Odysseus just takes off his cloak and is like, "Gentlemen, I hope you've enjoying my hospitality. Here are your parting gifts: arrows." Funk.
I actually always remember this because those guys actually got fucked by prophecy. Because not all the suitors were actually dicks. Some of them were just reasonable gentlemen trying, their fair hand, but because Athena had prophesized, laid some prophecy, they all had to die. Just all of them.
Yeah. It's okay, though.
Like,
when the people of Ithaca are pissed off, which I want to be like, people of Ithaca, you think you're pissed off? Your fucking king man went to war. He got lost for 20 fucking years. For some reason, you aren't okay with his son, who is now like 21 years old, by the way, being king either. No, you gotta be like up in his business. He shows up, he kills the dudes who've been squatting at his house for like 20 years, and you people are upset. And then Athena just shows up and is just like, cease. I know it's an excuse, but it's like, if you think about it in turn, I don't know how big like Axe is really focused on the lay here. It's about true love, Axe. I don't know how much the Greeks were big on like loyalty, like kingship, right? That was a thing that like I think was the concept of duty was bigger to the Romans, and that bled through into like chivalric circles.
Mm-hmm.
But like to me anyway, I'm like, man, these dudes suck. A lot of them are like culturally bankrupt. They're like trying to mack on a dude's wife, and you don't even know he's dead. And what's that? Telemachus like went out and received word from the gods that Odysseus is alive. What do? They don't think maybe we should stop this. It's like, nah, he's dead. Fuck him. Damn. Don't fuck with hospitality, guys. By the way, speaking of hospitality things, shout out to Orion dropping King Laocoon, name drop.
I know, I saw that too. I was like sick.
Yeah.
Talking about a lot of people get turned into animals. I'm surprised they didn't bring up Atalante though.
I think it's because Atalante is only a cat girl in FGO. They probably didn't want to confuse the Japanese audience who may not know she was turned into a literal lioness.
Yeah.
But he brings Callisto, also another good name drop. We've done that Fanservant Friday.
Yep.
The thing about
Bear.
the bear's a sign of infidelity. I haven't heard that one before, but that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I appreciate that Jason is like, no. We are split up, okay? No matter what happens, we are splitsies. And regular Medea likes it that way. Medea Lily is like, she thinks she can still save it, you know?
Well, that's because I'm pretty sure Medea Lily is still under the effects of whatever Aphrodite had going on.
Yeah. But we get more Jason in this, which is great. Thumbs up. We get an interesting, like, Bear Orion standalone, which I think is pretty rare.
Yeah, honestly, I thought it was interesting. Like, I guess maybe Superhuman Orion was just too much, maybe?
I mean, I think the idea, especially as... spoilers if you're not done with the Lost Belt, but also it's been, like, 3 months, so... but, like, the fact that he was a grand, I guess they maybe don't want to, like, bust him out for casual stories.
I guess that's
true.
true.
I know he has to give up his juice to, like, shoot down the moon, but, like, it still seems like... Yeah, I guess also continuity-wise, that would make sense if this event is canonically taking place before LB5. That makes sense because we don't know who Odysseus is.
That's true. Well, even, like, Super Orion is still a comedy character. Like, they're still the same dude. They act the same way. It's just a different kind of feel when one's a bear, one's a fucking giant of a man.
And when Super Orion gets serious, it hits different.
Yeah.
I think Amazonas was supposed to be more current.
Also, it was just one scene. Hilarious scene,
he wasn't a recurring character. He was like a boss on a level, and then they did the thing with the statue.
That's hilarious.
This is, a through line. Like, we've got our cast of characters, which I like. Georgios is the fucking vacay photographer, snapping instants everywhere. You all know that.
I think he's more like the chaperone. People would think Arjuna's the chaperone. No, Arjuna's nuts in his own kind of way.
Yeah, I mean, Jason brings this up. Like, Arjuna acts calm and calculated, but he is always the guy who is like, no, full send it. Like, say you're in like a party situation or something, right? And like you've got Georgios on one side and Arjuna on the other, and you want to go talk to a girl, and like you're gonna drink some punch first or something, get some liquid courage. Arjuna would be like, smash that cup, you must. And Georgios would be like, no, dude, that's not a good idea. Like, Arjuna would always tell you to go 100% on whatever's going on, which is kind of his role here. Is he's really OP, and he tries to be cool and control, but like at the same time he is absolutely just keeps buying into this nonsense. Well, it might burn us all to death, but...
Well, like I said, that's the big thing is St. George and the dragon. And if there's not a dragon, dude doesn't have a lot going on, really. It's kind of sad.
Thou art a bear. I like they gave him the photography thing. It's pretty good.
I like it. Like, it's one of those weird add-on things, but I think it's good to give characters in. But the only thing I want to know is, like, he kind of mentions that it's like maybe a relic from something else. Was George ever in a Holy Grail War before or something?
So, Georgios was supposed to be in the original MMO version of Fate Apocrypha. That's where he comes from. That's why he's really fucking broken. But when they retooled that to be a light novel series, he was one of the cut servants because he's really, really broken. His ability to turn like 100 dudes into a dragon and then stab them with his dragon slaying sword. So, that he was meant to be in a Holy Grail War. I don't think he's ever actually appeared in one, but yeah. So I think there's some wiggle room, but it's just an interesting character thing, and I appreciate it. Right? Like they keep it up. And Jason, of course, just like Jason as like, I mean, very much the Shinji role, like the friend nobody likes kind of a thing. Like it really works. Him and the comedic duo with Bear Orion, they've got some good stuff here. Like I love imagining Jason just being like, saluting you, being like, "Master, permission to run away," and we're like, "No, stop that." And he's like, "Very well, Orion, go first." It's a good blend of characters. I'm kind of interested in where the payoff is because I know things about things. I thought the amnesiac thing might be a little more like I don't know, like plot coupon-y, but it doesn't really. Like it's such a non-issue. Like Odysseus acts mostly like himself anyway when he has amnesia. He's just like, I don't know who I am. I'm sorry if I've offended you. No, they have like special effects. I'm pretty sure he actually has amnesia. I'm pretty sure Medea Lily tried to seal away his memory so that Kirky could get a clean shot at him. But Kirky is honestly, once again, Kirky is like, she's a bad lady, but also she's noble, right? Like once she's lost, quote unquote, she's like fair dinkum, right? Like her response to seeing Odysseus with amnesia is not immediately to go like, yes, I can use this to my advantage, just to be like, great, now this motherfucker's got amnesia. He's gonna be, like, even more insufferable. Fuck. Like, she doesn't try to turn it to her advantage. She just realizes that it just means that this is gonna be, like, even more awkward. That's great. I wish I had my own Odysseus to go with it, but hey, he's permanent. Maybe I'll get some Jabunwo in my own time. And I'm interested to see where the conclusion is and get my grail. And then I gotta farm free quests, because I got shit to do. Yes! The fucking Jason thought acceleration scene is so cool. When everybody gets melted and wet, and he's just like, ho ho.
Jason, 0.01 seconds. Jason,
Yes.
0.02 seconds. And it's like...
He's just like, ho ho. I bet Kirky's wearing all white, isn't she? I bet she's see-through. Wait! This is a terrible idea! Master! Oops, my hand slipped. Master is in danger. And then Odysseus does it like, hello lady, are you okay? And she's just like, dude, I'm fucking magic. You think my clothes get see-through when I don't want them to? But like again, there's a lot of good stuff with the characters. I think all of our characters are used well. Arguably even like Euryale and Asterios, right?
I mean, Asterios literally is related.
Yeah. And he's just chilling, right? Like he's just like he says, he waves goodbye to us when he's done. He's like, bye master, see you later.
I love the part where like Euryale's trying to explain her reason. He just pops up, I found the sign. I'm all like, oh, he's the best.
I found the sign you dropped, and she's just like, I'm in the middle of a call. Yeah.
Again, I'm super happy that there's more, Asterios x Euryale. I'm just like, yes, good. Good.
Because, like, Euryale on her own doesn't make sense in the event. Because there's none of her mythology crosses over with this. But because Medea would naturally go to Asterios, who is her cousin, like, for help and the labyrinth and stuff, like, Euryale is all along for the ride, and it's great. I love it. This is a good event. This reminds me of, like, the thing with the paradox and the doors. That was funny, too. That little...
Is it, like... This might be weird, but I mean, as soon as, like, I heard the riddle, I knew it was like, just fucking turn around. None of this is gonna work. It's one of those weird things of, like, I got it immediately.
Yeah. I caught the logic because there were three of them. I'm like, wait, isn't this usually two people problem?
Yeah.
And then we're like, no, you are correct. Odysseus actually brings this up. Like, oh, we got the button to change volume mid battle. I don't know when we got that. Wasn't that a pretty recent quality of life in JP?
Oh no.
Oh, it's nice though.
No, but I was like a little logic and.
Yeah, we've talked about logic puzzles. Check out What's Up if you want to hear us yell about more. There's probably in previous episodes more, but we talk about game design stuff. We're going to talk a lot about wild talents. We have some things.
Oh, boy.
Pimp my helmet! Really? Really? I mean, like, I love how we can go from, like, I absolutely dunked on that fucking Pimp My Helmet segment and how just, like, absurd it is. Because it's basically a gear list, guys. It's, like, actual rules for, like, gadgets and stuff that are not powers that you might want. But then I read Chapter 11 and the essay on, like, the 4-color, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. It's so weird. I wonder if different authors wrote those bits. Anyway, tuning to what's up. But yeah, overall, I think I like Aeaean Spring Breeze pretty good. Like, it reminds me of Spin the Spider's Web, right? Like, it's just kind of a low-stakes fun event. This one, I would argue, sometimes seems a little more serious. Like, with the flashbacks and stuff.
We're dealing with someone's, we're dealing with someone's tragedy, and the best way to put it. Actually, two people's tragedy, if you want to think about it that way.
Yeah.
Like, neither one of, like, on this island, no one had a happy ending.
Yeah. I mean, Odysseus eventually has a happy ending, probably, but he has to suffer for, like, 7 more fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I would like to remind everybody, if you're concerned about Kirki's behavior, like, is Kirki a bad person? You always got to remember, she is the one who tells Odysseus, like, okay, bro, you got to go to, all right, if you're going to go home, you got to go to the underworld first. And he goes to the underworld and he comes back and she's like, and he's like, cool, I went to the underworld. She's like, okay, here's what you need to do. That's her third skill is what, like, aid navigation or whatever. Like, she actually, like, sets out to be like, well, if you must go home, you giant iron slab, here's how you get home correctly. I think she knows like sirens and stuff too. So like Cribidus, obviously, skill in Cribidus. Like, again, a lot of people seem to have, as we said from the Wikipedia article, later commentators went really ham on, woo, witchy woman, evil lady. But like,
oh, she wants the dick, how bad?
But like, the actual, like, Homeric Kirki is very much more like a neutral figure of just like, nah, Odysseus just rolls up to her island and she's like, yo, I want a piece of that. And Odysseus is like, okay, we can spend like 5 minutes here, but I really have to go home. And then, like, when you're talking to a friend and you're like, okay, I can hang out in the voice chat for like, 10 minutes, then I gotta go. And then you realize it's like 4 a.m. and you're like, shit, I have to go. By the way, if I ever seem rude to you by exiting a VC early, that's why. Because of the prog gremlins, who will absolutely keep me in a conversation forever just for kicks. I have to, like, when I'm going, I have to, like, hard out. I have to hard exit or I will never leave.
Oh, yeah, but like I said, like, that's what I kind of see. Kirki is I would say, selfish, but not necessarily evil.
She's like, very, actually, I think let me check what her in-game alignment is.
What is it, actually?
I suspect it's neutral. I get neutral feel, like.
Neutral evil?
As a character, she reads neutral. Kirki. Chaotic balanced, so chaotic neutral. That fits.
I mean, yeah, no. She kind of does what she wants, but she's...
I would absolutely play a chaotic neutral. I guess if it was 5e, you'd do a druid. You can be an actual witch in Pathfinder, though. But, like, I could absolutely play this character like Kirki of just be like, I do what I want. What's that? You need help? Here, potion bomb. What's that? You're in my way? Fireball. Nuked.
You now a pig. Time for bacon.
I'm going to shoot my eye lasers at you. Remember, eye lasers, Kirki canon.
Actually, now that I think about it, even though she turns into people into animals, I don't think she ever really kills anybody. It's like, no, well, they say pigs, but it wasn't just pigs. It was also, like, lions and wolves and stuff.
Yeah, she had fun. The pigs thing was, like, the iconic, but yeah. I think there are some jokes about her, about the Kaikion.
I know it was one of the foods that she served them. But other than that, I don't know where really the Kaikion...
Are there any jokes about pork in it? I mean, the actual response is it's. I actually think the best thing to say is it would probably be probably porridge. The verb in Greek is to stir, to mix. Made mainly out of water, barley, and naturally occurring substances.
Others were made with wine and grated cheese. It is widely believed that Kaikion usually referred to as psychoactive compound brew. Wow!
Yeah, so this is the weed version. Again, humans getting stoned, big deal. And if they made it with wine, that makes sense. I think we've talked about this before, but with Greek wine, you have to water it down. The actual original stuff was very, very strongly fermented naturally. In the Homeric hymn to Demeter, the goddess uses red wine but accepts Kaikion made from water, barley, and pennyroyal, also called the mosquito plant or pudding grass, in the mint family. Said to have digestive. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like a porridge kind of a thing.
All right, but is there anything else we got to say about Aeaean Spring Breeze?
I mean, it's after midnight. I'm going to go finish the event after after we're done recording. I'll probably do it while we set up the edit. I also have to go get my bed sheets out of the dryer. I'm washing sheets today.
Sheets!
So I gotta go do some chores. But I think that's everything on the Aeaean Spring Breeze. If you have complex thoughts about Kirky, comments, put them in the comments. Let us know how you feel.
Do it.
The only other thing then is to, kind of quickly, because I feel, we've gone for almost 4 hours raw. I told you this was going to be long. We did it. We did the bits. It is a new month, so that means new Patreon shilling, by which I mean there is a new Fanservant Friday poll. I put it out, was that today or yesterday? Might have been today. But yeah, I did in fact do the thing, so it is up. If you are a 5 and up patron, you can jump in and vote. Wow, 15 votes. Okay, people were chosen for it, I guess. We've got a lot of our voting level. So I said before I was probably going to do like a more romantic thing for like Ides of March. I decided to lean a little more Greco-Roman because of the King Laocoon name drop. So my 4 choices are Aeneas Saber, who is currently winning with 47 of the vote, but right behind him is King Laocoon Berserker. You want to hear about the first werewolf? The others are Locusta Assassin and Meleager Lancer. I'm very shocked Locusta has 0 votes. Maybe I don't understand our audience very well, but like, guys, you don't want Nero's goth poisoner BFF? Like, I feel like people will be interested in that one.
I mean, who doesn't want big titty goth poisoner GF or BFF? I don't know what you mean big titty, but that's my default.
I feel, has Nero professed her preference as far as boobage goes?
Nero loves all types and sizes, y'all.
That's fair. What's the line from Last Encore? Love pretty boys and pretty women. But yeah, no, like there's a whole thing there. But anyway, hey, it's not up to me. It's up to the patrons to vote. That's why you guys get to pick. If she don't win, Locusta will keep coming back. I still got that one. I was thinking about pulling out like a sketch for Brutus, but I don't have that locked in yet. And like I said, with the name drop of like Laocoon, and our last character is not name drop, but we have a lot of Argonauts, so Meleager Lancer is up again. He has a couple of votes. But there's a few of these things we can actually hit up. And if you're interested, 5 and up patrons can vote. If you are already a patron at the $5 or higher level, 10 or 20, you can vote now. And if you want to vote, like I said, it's close on those two, and it still could swing as well if we got more votes. So consider supporting us on Patreon for that. Let's see. I believe I set the poll to end. Yeah, it has 13 days left. So yeah, I guess I did just set it up technically now yesterday because it's after midnight for me. But yeah, so that'll probably end in a couple of weeks, and then we'll bust that out for like the show on the 25th, maybe the 1st if we get a pact in there. Which we might. I don't. We do have to do obviously a pregama on Lost Belt Part 2 Olympus. I'm sure you guys will actually want to hear a little bit of tips and tricks, and I will actually probably try and bring you some tactics because the bosses in Olympus are supposed to be rough. So we'll see if we can shake out anything there without too many spoilery do's. I'm very hyped for Olympus. I'm sure that's probably that's going to be a big long show for us that's going to get a lot of views, or a couple big long shows for us that are going to get a lot of views. Usually our story ones do. So hopefully that'll reinvigorate the crowd. But I hope you've liked this episode about glasses and Kirky and other stuff. I don't think there's any preview business. I've done all my usual shilling cycle, right? Like I've talked about what's up and streams and all other stuff. So I don't think there's anything else for us to shout out.
I think that's it.
Okay. I mean, I will once again remind you about what's up because it is live. So this show goes to public on YouTube on Saturdays. So we will probably be live later today. And if you're listening to this on on YouTube, double check to see about what's up. It'll if we're streaming, it'll be right there on the top of the page. Okay. So let's see. Anything else we want to yell out to the people in general, Lucky? Any future predictions? Anything like that?
Not for me right now. No.
All right. Well, as always, tune into What's Up. It will be, full of content. If you haven't already, I did release a Wanted on Odysseus. You want a deeper dive into Odysseus' myths? I talk about a lot of his vignettes and background as well, in addition to his mechanics. So you can check that out on the channel as well. I think it's our featured video right now because we didn't record a prog this week. I'll probably talk a little bit more about that again on Saturday on the What's Up. And that's everything. So I'm going to do the outro. Have fun with this, Robin. Alternatively, I hope you had fun with this, Robin, because you're at the end. We'll see what Robin says to me in the time codes later. But all right, time for the outro. we've given you a nice spicy stew of a show today. So, if you are watching this video on YouTube, be sure to give it a like. If you liked it, feed that algorithm. Let other people know this video is good and that other people should see it. Likes are important. You can dislike it. Only we see that, I think. I don't know.
Still don't understand that.
Yes, I think YouTube automatically hides dislikes, and then you can choose whether or not they can see how many likes you got. Whatever. If you dislike the video, give us a dislike. We don't usually give a shit. It still exists on our back end. It's really weird. I'm not going to talk about YouTube politics. We've already played a lot of Inside Baseball. If we want to yell about YouTube, like general YouTube stuff, we'll do that on WhatsApp. But give us a like. It does help. If you want to, leave a comment below. We've asked you for your input on all kinds of stuff. And I'm not... That's not like us just doing like the song and dance. Like genuinely, I do want your input. Like if you have a thought about, who you like to see get an animation update, if you got your own thoughts about Kirky, you got your thoughts about like upcoming banners and stuff, predictions on the collab, let us know in the comments. We love to hear them. We try not to turn a blind ear, a deaf ear, I guess, a blind eye, eyes and ears to our audience. If you guys are feeling stuff in the community, let us know in the YouTube comments. You can also let us know how you feel on our Discord server. It is open to public. I know a lot of people who run patron-only Discord servers. We just have a patron-only channel in our Discord. But you can join our Discord. That link is in the video description or on our channel page. It's also... I'm pretty sure it's just... Let me double-check the settings. I think our... Is it in invites? Where's invites? Sorry, I'm going off script here. I don't remember. It's somewhere in the settings. But we have a custom URL. I'm pretty sure we're just discord.gg Studio Mega. But I cannot confirm right now because I don't remember what button in the Discord settings that is. So I will leave it. You can just click the link. It works. It's in the description. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Like we said, we want to do more stuff. We want to get more subs. And I will probably have a couple of spicy ideas for some funny stuff we can do as we get closer to sub levels to like encourage subs. So tell your friends if you're already subbed. Get them involved. Keep subbing so you can keep getting more of our delicious content. It's great. It's good for you. Even if you're already subscribed, hit that bell for notifications so you always know we post a new video or when we stream. We do actually release a decent amount of content. If you want to make sure you don't miss us, hit that bell. Click it. Get the views. Know when we do things. Get your notifications. You can also choose to support us financially by joining our channel membership. Click the join button or the link in the description. This gives you access to membership badges and emotes. You can use the emotes anywhere on our pages, obviously. So you can use them in mailbag, in comments, on live streams. Probably going to work on that badges overhaul to make them a little cleaner and nicer. And the more people who join our membership, the more emote slots we get. Actually, let me check right now. How many slots do we have? Do we have any loose slots? I think we need like one or two more for some loose slots. But let me look at it. Membership. God, I think they changed this interface. I don't know. That's the membership offers. Oh, here we go. I edit emojis, badges, emoji. Yep, we need one more member to unlock more emojis. So, hey, consider. You can be that change. You can give us access to more emote slots. I think we still got a few good ones rattling around in our Discord server. And, of course, like I said at the front of the show, and like I mentioned before with the polls, you can support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month or roughly $10 a year. There's some rounding involved. You can become a patron and get access to the audio versions of the podcast posted early before the video versions go public. Downloadable. Complete back catalog, also audio versions for WhatsApp if you want to take that on the go, if you miss a live or something. At higher levels, you get access to polls like Fanservant Friday, and get access to videos like Wanted Early. At higher levels, you can listen to us record Let's Talk FGO live, get on-air shoutouts, and it really does help us out and support us. And it's a new month, and we always like to see those numbers go up. What was the phrase somebody used on one of my Fail Portrayal streams this way? Somebody said, shilling will continue until revenue improves. Just a little bit. Okay, Dallas is letting us know Sunday might be a question mark.
Oh, no.
He's a little sick. Well, I hope he feels better. I will type a response to him. And, yeah, I think that's everything. So, I hope you've enjoyed this week's Let's Talk FGO. We will continue to try and bring you our biggest, longest, most extendedest content as we can.
It's a lot of S's.
Yeah. You know us. We talk funny. We speaks good.
I English so well, y'all.
I think it's been a while since we brought that one back up. Though, as you guys know from, basically, anytime I go, quote-unquote, off-script, a.k.a. off my, one-line bullet points, and from Lucky trying to read mailbags, it still applies. We are not great at speaking. But hopefully we're great at entertaining you. We will see you guys next week for more Let's Talk FGO. We will see you guys later for What's Up, and also at the start of the week for more Uncharted. Find out about Honor Amongst Thieves. All right, that's it. Goodbye, everybody.
Have a
Signing
good
off.
evening, everyone.
Good evening.